Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes.
Woo. We want to say we appreciate all the support y'all been giving us as the season has started. We are breaking our own records, which is crazy. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Go to the audio platforms. Give us 5 stars there so we can continue to grow. We need to have a conversation.
What's the conversation?
We don't do coordination as far as like what we wear and when we wear it.
Which is
Why
fine.
Darrick trying to outshine us today, man?
I don't know, but
I thought this was some slate.
I do like those colors, though.
Thank you. I was looking at my
So you woke up this morning, put that on, and didn't think I got this shit on.
because usually putting that shit on, I think you gotta wear jeans and like.
I agree to a certain extent, yeah.
I didn't. Feel
I mean,
like
it's not like you got on sweatpants though.
true, but I didn't feel like wearing jeans. But also like I want to be comfortable, so I was like, let me pull this fit out. I ain't worn it in a minute.
But you know what's crazy? At your daughter's birthday, or maybe it was somewhere else, your girl told me that you be laying out outfits like the first day of school. That's what she told me.
She said that multiple times.
Some days I do that. I'll be like, I'm wearing this tomorrow. I already got it all mentally prepared. Because like, in order for me to be on time, I can't be like
Thinking
contemplating about what I'm gonna wear. So like, if I'm walking around like, fuck, what am I wearing? What?
Yeah, I
You know
tell
what's
my
crazy?
girlfriend
I
to
was
do
like that this morning.
I tell my girlfriend to do that because she always like take a lot of time trying to find out what to wear, and then she'll just end up wearing like one of my sweaters, and it just be like, just lay out what you gotta wear. It's just gonna save you a lot of time.
It does, because I was definitely going
When I'm
through
laying
it.
in bed at night, sometimes I'm contemplating what I'm gonna wear the night before.
I like that.
Did you have that with that?
No, this I didn't. I knew I wasn't.
You just threw that together.
He
No,
just
some
threw that
calm.
shit on.
Some
I
calm.
already had mentally prepared to just wear some
This
sweatpants
is going to
and a
be
hoodie.
boom or a bust. The comments is going to love this, or I doubt it's going to be 50-50, but it's going to sway one way or the other. They either going to say you got that shit on, or they're going to say you crazy for having it match down to the shoes. The fact that you got some shoes that match that, I applaud
What else?
you.
What other fits could you wear with those sneakers?
I mean, you could wear all black, I guess.
I knew he was going. That's Darrick's bag. That is Darrick's bag. I knew he was going to say that. That's Darrick's bag right there, bro.
Or I mean, you could just find a shirt to match. The color.
You know, Darrick ain't really this got to match.
Oh, true.
White
true.
Sox game,
He'll-
purple plum.
He do just be putting stuff on. That's why I think that this is such a big outfit,
'Cause
because he
it's-
does have a history
yeah.
of just literally putting stuff on.
Darrick came to a baseball game with us, or we all went, and he had like on some purple shoes with like these pink pants, pink shorts, and we was like,
I thought he was colorblind for a second
Yeah,
because
we-
he was trying to convince us
Yes.
that it matched.
we was like, what the
hold on,
hell is
brother.
that? And he like, what? We like, those two colors don't go together. He like, yes, they do. They match. And we all like,
it was like dark pink with my purple LeBrons.
and we was like, that don't match, brother. And he was like, what? Y'all know the Darrick. What? We do have to say, get well soon, Coach Pop.
Yep.
And rest in peace to the legendary Quincy Jones. Shout out to Mr. Quincy and all his contributions to the culture and music in general. We lost a
legend.
A legend.
That's a 91 though. So I'm like,
That's why I was hesitant, because
Yeah.
it's like we so used to being like, man, we lost him, but 91 is a full life, man. I'm
91,
very happy
yeah.
he was able
Yeah.
to live through his full life.
they show
that's
like
dope.
pictures and videos of him when TVs were black and white, and he was
Yeah.
old in those videos.
He was,
So it's
yeah.
like he lived a really
I was
fruitful
counting
life.
to because I saw the age when I first woke up and saw it, and I'm like doing to see how old he is, and I'm like, dang, he was like when I was born, he was old.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. I didn't never realize that he has had a hand in so much, bro. With the Michael Jackson stuff, just music, and then Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Holly. Man, it's like
And you know what's crazy? When we get older, with us being in such a technology-driven era, we will now, instead of trying to have to remember stuff, we're going to now have pictures and videos of everything from when we were growing up.
Yeah.
And it's just like, your memory won't really matter because you just have it. It'll be right there.
how many videos of yourself do you have as a kid?
Not many.
Not
Me
many at
either.
all.
Dana was just in the room yesterday. That's when y'all was like, oh, he said something. Well, I was like, no, I'm listening because
I think he was like, "Ooh, he in trouble" or something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
just kept laughing.
she was talking and showing me something, but my Walker Kessler needed one more rebound,
Yeah.
and he got it. And I had to pause her out for a second because, damn it, we sweating this bet down to the last 14 seconds of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And she was showing me videos of herself as a kid. I'm like, I don't
pretty
know if I
cool.
could go find one of those.
I just got my mom has the like photo album of us.
Yep.
And like the Polaroid pictures.
Yep. That's all. All we
no
got is
video.
pictures.
Yeah,
pictures on
27
pictures.
years ago, I don't have a single video of myself as a kid.
I would love to be able
The
to
most
see
I got is
myself.
probably Snapchat videos from like long time
Right.
ago.
Yeah,
high
like
school.
high school,
High school is what
Exactly.
started with videos. and stuff.
Exactly.
But like our kids, the whole life is gonna be
Video
videotaped
and
and
yep.
pictures. Yeah, they gonna have both of them. Luckily.
Yeah,
So-
that's actually super, super crazy. You know what word I realize I hate? Dead.
You like-
Because of that. Because it's like I seen like the reports, like when Quincy Jones passed away, people don't say passed away. It just be like, dead, 91. Dead just seems so like
it's aggressive.
it's aggressive as hell. It's like he passed away or
You know what I've been hearing recently? I don't know why, but like unalive. Just another.
The reason why social media, at least on TikTok, people believe if you say killed or suicide, yada yada yada, then it'll get suppressed. That's not a reality. Somebody made that shit up. So they would say unalived for
I've
like
been hearing
murder,
a lot too.
stuff like that.
But
So
yeah, I'm a passed away type of person. It just feels more softer, more respectable.
I think it depends.
on the context, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like a
well, yeah.
91-year-old passing away makes sense to me.
No, yeah. If somebody was shot and killed, then I
Right.
could see that we arrived on the scene, he was dead.
Right.
But it fits a little bit more than something like that. But man, where do we start with the basketball? I just
we
want to
start
say,
here.
yes,
I got
we
to drop
do.
the mic.
We
You're
do.
talking about stuff that makes you mad. My drop the mic is what's some things that you watched during this season or just in general that kind of irks you
Yusuf
on the court?
Nurkic, man. Golly. Now, he had a great game yesterday, so shout out to him. He had a double-double, like 18 points, 12
He still
rebounds.
had some bonehead plays though.
I'm not even a guy that has strong opinions towards single players. He's like the exception. Like, I'm watching this team who's only got one loss on the season so far. They've been looking pretty good. And they just look so much more stiff when he is on the court because it feels like they're playing through him in a lot of
Yeah.
cases. He's getting the ball top of the key and trying to yoke.
I don't like how many
passes
threes
and
he takes.
he missed one, and I'm like, oh yeah, get him off the court. Then he made the next one. It's like, okay, I
But
guess.
one thing that Nurkic was good at before was he was a good passer.
And I think he still is. I think he just tries too hard to do the
Yeah.
cool shit.
Yeah.
Like there was I don't know, it's changed now that the NBA is still, stats don't really matter, right? He was the only person in top 10 in turnovers. Everybody else is like ball handling point guards on their team. It's
I've
James
seen
Harden.
too many
it's,
of the
Cade.
Cade, all of them.
try to bounce pass it on a cutter and it just going off a bunch of people's legs.
That's
Yeah,
his,
it's
That's
his,
the too much
That's his
pass.
number one.
and I just watched this team, and again, they were a team I was high on. I had them as a 2 seed. And I feel like they could be so much better if that position was filled by somebody else. But the problem is they can't get nobody else. Second apron, they ain't got contracts. They got no draft capital. They can't aggregate contracts. But he's just one of the few players in the league where I'm watching. I'm like, God, I hate watching this.
I couldn't agree more. That shit, I was not with that shit since the preseason, I think. Because it's just, he used to do that with Portland. And I think the reason it's bad now is because in Portland, he needed to be a little bit more featured. They didn't really have much. It was Dame and
DJ.
then him, I guess. So, now, but it's like you got Book, Brad, Tyus Jones is a real point guard. They don't really need you to do all of that, and he does do it. But on the flip side, I think Budenholzer has to find a way to make him be respected.
Yeah.
So you have to give him some type of accountability on the offensive side of the basketball, because if not, he would be a complete negative because he can't space the floor, right?
He's
Unless it's
attempted
a pick and pop.
2.7 threes per game. Crazy.
What is he shooting?
20-something percent.
He's not the passer he used to be because he hasn't simplified it. I think he could be a lot more effective with just dribble handoffs. But to trying to be a needle threader from the mid post, it's just not working.
A lot of his value is just he's a big ass body. Like he sets really, really good screens.
That's why the handoff would be more effective than the needle threader.
And I
He's a
still think
screen
he's
setter, a great rebounder.
yes, and
He
he
can
is a good passer.
Yeah.
He just does too much. That's all.
He definitely does get a little fancy with it and try to look. He try to.
Yep.
And he want to make sure you remember that he is one of the people in the league that has a 5x5. He needs to make sure people remember that once upon a time he had a 5x5, which is respectable. But golly, it was
Whenever the
37
bigs
years
start
ago.
holding the ball like this and shit, he finna do too much. I'm telling you.
Bro, you know who
On
do
the
that?
elbow
Who
doing-
love holding that ball with one hand, and it's not at the elbow, but Patrick Williams love.
He does.
He
That's
loved doing
Can I give you
that.
another answer to your question? Patrick Williams, golly.
Yeah, we
This
talked
man,
about him yesterday, man.
Yeah.
It's a tough watch, bro.
And that's still not even what's on my mind. I just can't believe THT really look like he 37, like he 47.
That's how I
years
know
old.
you ain't been tuning in to too many Bulls games because I feel like me and KB kind of said this before, but I'm glad you're on the train now.
He's a real rotational player
He
here in
looks-
Chicago.
Bro, I
He
don't.
looks like
he
a
bring down the
ex-player.
swag and aura of the team, man.
And got the nerve to throw in a leg band like that's gonna work or help.
And he's 23.
He got to
Yeah,
cut.
he's
He
young,
just got to
bro.
cut that head too.
Yeah,
Just cut it off, man.
yeah. I saw the y'all saw that Manu video where he's dunking.
Yeah.
Somebody said Manu was bald and still got a bald spot, and then they zoomed in on him, and it's definitely true. That's what THT got.
It is crazy that Manu is 40-something, dunking still.
It still get it done, man.
Can I ask you a question? What could THT do to boost up the swag? Because in my opinion, he's in a tough spot because it's not shit he can't do. The number looks horrible on him for whatever reason. I liked him when he was number 5 with the Lakers. Maybe he's a single digit number. The double number I ain't really rocking with when he was in Utah or now in Chicago. So I would like to see him go single digit from now on. But if you was editing him on your 2K team to make him look better on his swag, what do you add? You can't do a headband, right? Headband don't work.
Yeah.
The
All the
I
headband
don't think
is weird.
cosmetics really.
He
gonna
don't
help
seem like a
him.
shooting sleeve, arm sleeve guy.
Arms too long. His arms too long for arm sleeve.
First thing I'm doing is probably I'm taking off the hair. I'm just balding it.
This is elite basketball podcast.
It really
by the
is, 'cause-
way. THT, how do you make him look cool?
Bro, you know what's crazy?
Maybe no accessories.
In my league or whatever, Jordy's an admin, whatever you be adding. He's like, I'm in the Discord with him. He said, why did Fredo just send me a message? He said, can you drip? It was like Brandon Miller out. He's like, drip him out.
Drip 'em out.
It wasn't Brandon Miller. It was somebody else, but he's like, why
Oh,
the hell
if
is you
it-
asking to drip
If it
him
was
out?
Brandon Miller, I would get it because sometimes 2K be behind on guys.
Oh,
who
I'm
got-
trying to remember
Brandon
who it
Miller is a
was.
leg sleeve, arm sleeve.
But we started
Kobe's
messing
guy.
with him. He was like, bro, we talking about drip him out because you can put the shoes. We put like some low top Converse on him. I think it was Stephon Castleton or Stephon
okay.
Castle.
Put him on number.
He
He put some
94.
Chuck Taylors on
He
him.
Change
team
his
Jordan.
Put some like them 70 socks on him. Talking about drip him out.
Make him
Oh,
like
yeah.
Scoot Henderson.
Y'all would have pissed me off. But that's why I tell you in every league, make me an admin, man. I got to make my guys look how they look on the court. But what's pissing you off or making you mad or upset?
I think KB Nurkic was at the top of my list.
Anti-Nurk pod.
Yeah, he was literally at the top of my
And
list.
that's crazy because that was your boy. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
he still is, but things change.
That's a little bit different, but I see there. I know there's philosophies between it, like for every team, but I hate teams that just switch everything constantly.
Hey, that might be something too.
So
I hate it because
I
like
hate
it don't
it.
even seem like the dude ever tries to fight through the screen. They kind of just let it happen. They just-
Especially when it's like the team wants to switch because let's
Yeah.
get him on the smaller defender. They just be giving it right up. Like there's no effort to get around and actually make this player work. It's just like
the Dallas Mavericks have a nice scheme to not allow Luka to switch.
Mhm.
Like when they put him in a deep corner, and when he tries to switch, the dude on the wing, they didn't take
go
they didn't take the screen. Then Luka still just guarding the dude that was
Similar to what the Warriors are doing too with Curry.
Yeah. So
I mean, not this year because they haven't played anybody this year, but like last year they did that a ton. Yeah, I feel that a lot of the times they'll let it happen until it gets down to like the last possession, and then they start to do stuff like that.
mhm.
I hate to see people die on screens,
yeah,
especially if like a small player's understandable. But if it's one of them wings, like it's Dorian Finney-Smith dying on the screen just so he can get the switch so Cam Thomas is guarding the ball handler now, that shit does bother me too.
Isaac Okoro did a great
And-
job last night against Dame, and on that final one of those last few possessions, he was not dying on that screen. He
And
was
this is
getting through it.
Yeah.
specific of it. Like in the Lakers Detroit game, we're just and Jalen Duren is killing us the whole game, but it's just like let's keep putting switching Anthony Davis off of him onto the perimeter, and like we not even putting a body on him. It's just like at some point you have to change.
Somehow
something.
y'all looked really small yesterday.
But at
Yeah.
the same time, what are you doing to prevent that?
probably
Fighting
just
over the
drop
screen.
coverage a little bit.
No. You,
Depending
So,
on who it
It
is.
just makes it easier for
Yeah,
the
it
ball
depends-
handler.
it depends on
Yeah.
who it
but
is.
that's my point right
Yeah.
there. You're saying that with a Laker team who has D'Angelo Russell out
Yeah,
there on the
they're not.
perimeter,
They're not.
a 40-year-old LeBron James, and Jalen Duren is he's a physical guy.
He
so
is.
Then they do that almost every time. That's their offense. Cade Cunningham, Jalen Ivey want to get a pick and roll. D'Angelo Russell is not getting through that screen every single possession. It's just not what's going to happen. So to alleviate that, like KB said, instead of having him just die on the screen and now you 2-on-1, Cade Cunningham mid or live, you're putting Anthony Davis in a bad predicament every single possession. So we got to try to do something. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you because I do think a lot of teams do it, but I also think because the pick and roll is so happening every single time, it's like we're paying you hold your own. You should be able to hold your own on the switch every once in a while.
I think about that matchups wise too. Like a lot of times you'd be like, man, I can't wait to see him guard him, but it's just they screen is just switch. So it's like sometimes the matchups don't even be existing no more. Obviously, you still have it where it's like Drew Holiday, he got the D book assignment, but we don't have those just like he's guarding him. Yeah, and it's just the newer NBA.
Yeah, when Dallas played the Thunder, we're not getting a Luka Shea match.
No,
it's not gonna happen.
Not at all.
They're gonna guard each other 2% of the time.
You got to go back and watch the duels of Steve Nash, Chris Paul,
Carmelo versus LeBron. Those were good duels.
I think I made a tweet about a random duel like 2 nights ago.
But did Dennis Schroeder go back and forth with somebody? He may have went back and forth with somebody. I can't remember.
Him and John Morant last night.
You're not getting that no more. We talked about that in the offseason of like I was watching old games and Darren Williams and young Russell Westbrook was really guarding each other for a certain extent. Darren Williams started to be the best player on the floor, so Cephalosho got on him. But at least it started out that way.
Yeah.
Now it's like out the gate, Jaden McDaniels is on John Morant. You're not getting the point guard anymore, and it's for better or for worse because I can't say that I blame coaching for that. Like, why wouldn't I put my best?
Yeah, with the spacing that's in today's game too, like it's just too hard for players to stay in front of each other, especially if you're not a primary defender. I'm not gonna ask you to guard, and the point guard is probably the best in terms of like best players on team. Point guard is usually one of those
majority
players,
of the time, yeah.
So I'm not gonna ask you to.
And
guard
if it's
that.
not the point guard, they're handling the ball like a point guard. Now it's like, who's our best player? Let's put the ball in his hands as much as we can because good things happen when this player has the basketball. The things that have been pissing me off, though, talked about it earlier. Me and you talked about it in Discord last night. I'm going to say it again. Call me an old head all you want. Too many players have
I'm
the
starting
green
to feel
light.
like an old head watching this.
Because me and Mike saw a possession in that Phoenix game where Kelly Oubre balled the ball up, had the ball, waited for somebody to come and set him a screen, decided he didn't want the screen, and shot the ball and missed it. That was the possession. And it was an early possession. But no offense was ran. And to me, that's just a poor-ass shot. That's a shot where you lose by a possession, and you're going to look back at the game and say, what could we have done to maybe win that game and have an extra possession? That's it.
Transition threes feel like they at all-time high.
You didn't like the Bradley Beal one, the play before.
Yeah.
And it went in, though, didn't it?
No,
it didn't. It missed. Okay. Transition threes look amazing when they go in, but they look really bad when they miss.
How bad was it? Like, is it 3-on-1?
It was a good shot, actually.
It was a good shot, and that's why I was like, I felt this some type of way because it's still like you just chucked up a three, but he had literally got the steal and like they played the little lane, so he just took.
I think the one he made is the next one.
Okay.
He ended up making the one after Kelly Oubre missed and they got the back. He ended up getting a swing and he missed it. But
Jalen Green hit a big shot against y'all late.
He did.
He did. It was literally like one of those WTF shots. But it went in, and you just got to be like
a 29-footer.
It's so
with
funny.
2 defenders on him.
What they used to say on 2K? No. Oh, yes.
Because I swear, after he hit that shot, they called timeout, and Sagoon was like, he was talking to Jalen Green. Jalen Green just nodded. He wasn't listening to nothing he was saying. He is like, bro, stop talking.
He's one of those guys, though, where you have to empower him and be willing to live with that, to live with the fact that, what comes with that is a potential chance of that shot being looked at as that was a horrible shot, you missed it. Or he makes it. They beat our Knicks, which was we're a good team. That's a good win for them.
Good win.
That's a really good win.
And that's after a 31-point comeback that they lost to the Warriors a few nights before that. So, those leads don't exist anymore. By the way, like even last night, the Spurs were up by 26 in the first quarter.
Didn't matter. They brought that shit. Brought it back in like the second quarter.
Yeah.
The Kings and the Heat. That game went back and forth. The Heat was winning. And then after the halftime, the Kings came out, and I think the Heat came back out in the fourth. It was just a.
You know what also is pissing me off now that we're here? We were talking about this in Discord yesterday. Why did he always got something going on at halftime?
Oh my gosh,
always got something.
Oh my gosh. I wish I would have remembered that for the segment that you just had for Drop the Mic.
And they did the Pat Riley ceremony on game number 1. Got blown out second half. Dwayne Wade statue. And then last night, Bam Adebayo got a banner because he was on Team USA Gold Medal, which is that's all warranted. Like those are all super fun
stuff. Besides like opening night, I need the stats of when they have these ceremonies. Like, what's the record after you have a ceremony?
That's what me and KB was saying. If they lose this game, They need to not have any more of these for the next 5 years, but they closed it out. Luckily.
No, they lost.
Did they?
Yeah, they lost yesterday.
Sabonis got
in
the
game.
Oh,
winner.
right, right,
Sure
right,
did.
right.
They
Sure
did
did.
lose. They did lose.
They sure
Yeah. Damn. Damn. Yeah, you are totally right because DeMar DeRozan got the 4-point play.
Yes.
Yeah, we was. Yeah.
Why is your hand in the cookie jar on that play, bro?
Specifically against DeMar DeRozan.
You know he gonna try to draw the foul.
That's all he does.
And that-
No, shout out to DeMar for making that shot.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a tough shot to
Yeah.
make.
DeMar
But it-
DeRozan, he has been
But there's
really
just
good for
certain
the
guys,
Kings.
you just don't. You especially late in it. You do not put your hand in there like that for no reason.
That tells me who reads the scouting reports.
Yeah.
Because I seen Bradley Beal was on Theo Penson's podcast, and he was like, "What's your welcome to the NBA moment?" or something like that. And he was saying like, "I was guarding Dwayne Wade," and he asked Theo Penson, "What the scouting report say?"
don't jump on a pump fake.
And Theo Penson knew it without like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And that wasn't something that they planned. And Theo Penson had said that later on in the show, like even when you had asked me that, you know, I was aware of what you was getting at but a lot of players, you see players do shit like, why you saying like, why would you do that? But it's like a lot of people don't
You know what
read
my
the
favorite
scouting
thing
report or
is?
do
Is
the
the-
extra shit.
I won't even say just reading the scouting part, but James Harden and how he brings the ball low, and he obviously tries to draw the contact, but people still go for it because they even know like he probably finna bring it low. I know what he doing, but
Yeah.
he still gets it off, and it's just like he's just a guru drawing the contact like that.
That's why the players in the NBA like a DeMar, like a James Harden, it's always mind blowing to me how good they are, even like a Kobe, because it's like you know what they're trying to do, you know what they want to do, where they want to go, and you still to know everything about somebody and still not be able to stop them is crazy. We know DeMar DeRozan's not trying to shoot many threes or any at all. We know where in the post he likes to like, and it's like it's nothing you can do. He can pump fake. I've seen him pump fake 3 times.
And get
And-
somebody to jump.
And still either get them to jump or if they don't jump, he just ice you.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's crazy that there's
Yeah.
just sometimes nothing
Kobe
you can do.
had to be the king of that.
Yeah,
I'll pump
that's where
fake
DeMar DeRozan
17
got it
times.
from.
If you
Yeah.
gonna jump on that 18th one, I'm gonna get you.
The school of Kobe.
He's averaging 25 this season, man.
Man, leading the Kings.
Leading the Kings in scoring.
Is he still leading the league in minutes? Well, Tyrese Maxey played another overtime game. Or was
I
another?
think it's Kevin Durant.
Okay. Well, yeah, they both was in that overtime game. But before yesterday's games.
Total minutes played, it's been Jalen Johnson.
Wow. Oh, he just moved up. Okay.
Minutes per game is Tyrese Maxey at 41.
Oh wow.
DeMar was the total before last night.
Oh well, that makes sense. That Max. He doesn't know Joel or PG.
Talk
No,
to
he's
me
been
about
playing
last
really-
night, D. Millie. What pissed you off in that game?
Oh yeah, that late in the game, Maxey had 31 cooking all game, hot. I just don't understand why in the fourth quarter it seemed like Paul George put that man as a floor spacer, and he was just operating on the opposite side with Yabusele and Kelly Oubre, and it just seemed like Maxey was never involved, even though he was the hottest hand on the court, and it was just like, didn't Paul George say his biggest thing coming here is that he wanted to come in and not do anything to take anything away from Maxey or Joel? He just want to come in and just compliment them. That didn't scream complimenting them at all. It gave off the vibe that I'm here to be PG and I'm still on the Clippers. It's still my team. Like that was the vibe I kind of got.
Clippers
from it.
wasn't even his team.
My only,
but Kawhi
my only
wasn't
thing
there
is,
sometimes, so like he still got to rock out. But
Do you think that was a Paul George
I thought
thing or
Nick-
Nick Nurse?
yeah, I was gonna say that could have been just like Nick Nurse, because my only like
I don't
reasoning
agree
for
with
it
it
could
either
be
or.
like
to be honest.
it
Did-
probably was a little bit of both.
Paul George's first game back. Let's try to get him
That's
like
exactly what
his
I
feet
thought.
wet, get him
Yeah.
acclimated, let him try to like do what he does.
I don't know. I'm trying.
But other
to
than
win
that,
the game. I'm
Tyrese
getting
Maxey
part of
should
it.
have had the ball the whole
But
time.
that's why I still agree with him.
Yeah.
I feel like it was I feel like it was exactly what you said, but I also agree with Darrick because I feel like Paul George needs to start preparing himself to get into the flow and mix of everything, obviously, but he needs to prepare himself for that moment where it's going to be Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
And it's going because, like you said, Tyrese Maxey was cooking with fish grease. He was hot, the hottest man out there, arguably, besides Kevin Durant. And yeah, y'all had him like not involved. He wasn't a decoy.
No.
He was just
wasn't
standing.
Yeah,
was just
hands
standing
not
there.
up, no nothing.
and Paul George did that weak ass shit at the end of the game,
Yeah.
and it didn't lead to nothing. So it's like I didn't like that at all. Whatever the excuse want to be, we want to get him back into the flow. Hell no. The game he was having, I'm telling myself he'll get his flow the next game.
Yeah,
he had
that's
so
7
much, bro.
turnover, 5 turnovers.
We are what was they 1-5 at the time or whatever
Yeah.
it is. Like we don't have time for
not
that.
at all.
We got to go. We got all these rest of these games to play and get yourself into the groove.
The way his
Like,
fourth
you don't
quarter
gotta do
was,
that.
he may have not gotten back in the game for me.
He was making some nice passes, but like for the most part, Paul George wasn't doing
The
shit.
crazy thing, so in that game, his usage rate was 32.4, which is pretty fucking high. Tyrese Maxey had 32 points with a usage rate of 24.
Yeah,
That's
He was
crazy.
just getting it done real quick,
Yeah.
getting it done. I mean, a couple of threes in the second half was like just pull up threes.
Hey,
Just
don't
get the ball,
mention them.
shoot it
He had
down.
one where he got the N1 on Kevin Durant because he just went to the rim,
Yeah.
threw it up.
I think they were looking
Derrick-
for that storybook beginner. First game, Paul George hits a game winner. We back.
Hey,
They might regret
gotta
that at
throw all that shit
the.
out
They
the
might
window.
regret that at the end of the year when them standings hit for
Yes.
the playoffs, and it's like, damn,
But
we
you
could
know
have
what?
used that one win.
Mm-hmm.
They said, thank God for the play-in.
No.
They hate the idea of a play-in.
Yeah,
Because play-in mean you got to go against Boston in the first round.
yeah. Again, you
Yeah.
have to go against one of those top teams like you did last year.
Yeah.
And again, Darrick, why was that so passionate for you?
oh well, yeah, because I also bet for Maxey to score 10 that fourth quarter, and he had 7.
But you wanted that 3.
I did, but it went. I was also just mad from also just a viewer.
Oh,
sure,
absolutely.
I also
Absolutely.
thought Maxey had the favorable matchup with Bradley
Absolutely.
Beal on him. Why is Paul George ISOing against Grayson Allen
Yeah.
in his first game back? I don't know.
Yeah. So we did have 15 games on the slate last night. I want to kind of talk through our observations. I'm sure we didn't get to the nitty-gritty of all 15. It's literally impossible
Can
to
we
do
say
that.
this?
Uh-huh.
Also, when you think of having 15 games slate, it feels like oh shit. The last few days, and we had some good ones. That game was good. My mind's going blank.
The Miami Heat game was
the
good.
Miami Heat, the Nets and Grizzlies were
The
kind of
Nuggets game was close. Pacers game was close.
The Bulls game is close to like the end of the fourth. We have games though that be like, what is this? The Bucks Cavs was a great
Bucks
game too.
Cavs was good.
But
both of them.
Before last night, there has been times or days where I have been extremely disappointed with the product we have gotten from a viewership standpoint. We had a day a couple of days ago where there was like 3 or 4 games, not a lot
Sunday,
of games.
every one of
Sunday.
these games was awful.
Yeah, awful.
That's
Awful
not
slate.
good. That should not be happening this early in the season, in my opinion. That's all I wanted to throw out there because I know I'm not the only person that has felt that way
I
a
think
few times already.
The unfortunate part is like the weekend games, specifically those Sunday matinee games, are mostly for the international fans, so they can get to watch a basketball game at a normal time. And they gave them Pistons versus Nets. Imagine being overseas. Like, yes, I can finally watch a live basketball game, and it's Pistons versus
You
Nets,
can
bro.
see
That's
Cade Cunningham and Cam
crazy.
Thomas.
Yeah, and
Cam Thomas ain't do shit though. in
he
that
sure
game.
didn't. In this game, what did he have?
I think he had like 18,
Whatever, 17.
17.
One,
yeah.
it wasn't a normal Cam Thomas game.
Jalen Duran, he rebounded the ball. He won me some money.
Hey, Detroit's back, man. We
Yeah,
talked
no,
about
they-
last episode
they've
with
been
them
on a
struggling.
win
Let's
streak,
start off there with last night's game. They beat the
Lakers.
the Lakers, and the Lakers had a couple fake runs in there, but for the most part, the Pistons were like in the driver's seat for the majority of this game. Like
Shout
I
out to them
mentioned
for being
earlier,
young and poised
I
extending
was-
those runs.
those fourth quarter minutes that we talked about last episode, was that 2 episodes ago, have turned a little bit.
That's what we want to see.
They're better in the fourth quarter, and that means we win a little bit more
I
games.
think it's due to the 3-point shooting too. They had said during the game yesterday that this Pistons team had made the most threes that they ever had in franchise history in the first 5 games, and that's due to them what they did in the offseason and picking up people that could shoot the ball and spread it. And honestly, it's been working a lot better
Right.
for them.
Yeah, it has. This is all I wanted to see from them. I don't think the Detroit Pistons need to be a playoff team or a play-in team, but we just want to see them in a situation where they get better and they show some growth. And I feel like last night was one of those nights where they could have easily given up that lead to a veteran Laker team and kind of gave the game away, but they executed down the stretch. They fought off those comebacks, and they were able to put another win in the column, and that's very big. They also beat who did they just beat?
the Nets.
The Nets.
Nets,
Sunday, yeah.
That was a really good
Those
win.
were back-to-back nights too. They did that Sunday and Monday. So,
Oh, it was right.
Yeah.
Yep, you're absolutely right. So yeah, and like we said, also, these are the versions of Jalen Duran that has people waking up saying, "Man, this young man can really play." Now it's about getting that on a consistent basis. You just did that against Anthony Davis. Nets don't really got a center, but cool. Now you did it against Anthony Davis. Now you should be able to have the confidence from yourself and your teammates and your coaching staff that you can be able to do this on a consistent basis. Now, do I think he's going to get 17 rebounds and all of that every night? No.
Yes.
But he should be
he
a
should definitely be
force.
getting like 10 to 12 boards a game.
I
He's
would
making
say
his presence
12.
in
He should
Nothing
get 12
under
rebounds.
10.
17 is a lot
Also-
of boards.
No,
That's a
he
lot.
is.
And
That's
Jay
a
Knight-
That's a
offensive too.
bonus type.
Jay
of-
Knivey is like, he's hooping too.
Yes.
Like, he's really getting to the rim, and it kind of makes you wonder, like, why obviously Cade's been hurt, but it's like, why weren't they playing together before?
Because Monty
Well,
Williams.
Monty
just-
Williams
Why
might
weren't they
start
playing together
killing
before?
Killian Hayes.
Killian
Yeah.
Hayes is starting.
So
right now.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham this season have played 174 minutes together. They have a net rating of a 3.4. A positive net rating on any Detroit Pistons team is pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I think they complement each other very well. I've always thought Jaden Ivey was more of a natural too. Like I thought he was
For sure.
because like he has a scorer's mentality,
Mhm.
and I think Cade Cunningham is the perfect one to put next to him because Cade Cunningham can handle the facilitating, the scoring. He can rebound the ball. Like Cade can do a lot of other things without having to actually score the ball. But Cade also can score, and Jaden Ivey can naturally just be a bucket.
You know what and I don't want to say this the wrong way because Cade Cunningham is a point guard. But if I was running that team or if I was a part of that coaching staff, I would love some type of looks throughout games where Cade Cunningham is like a point forward.
Like he's posting up in the mid post type.
Where
I think he does that quite a bit. He
does
definitely
post up.
uses his size a lot.
But he's not my point guard for certain stretches of the game.
Oh, yeah.
I can have certain, but I mean having a reliable point guard option out there with him and not like saying, hey, we're going to put Marcus Sasser because Marcus Sasser has a scoring mentality too. But like I had wished there was a world where they could have probably got somebody like Reed Shepard.
Okay.
You know what
I
I
see
mean?
what
It's
you're
like
saying.
Reed
It
Shepard
kinda
can take
just
some of
like-
the
it
responsibility,
just
but
ups the-
also play next to him.
Yeah.
It ups the skill set all around on just the court.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
just
when
want him
Cade
to
is
be
your
able
three.
to decipher. There's certain moments where he should be able to just get in his score bag. There's certain moments where, because there's certain times where he's still struggling with figuring out both. And I think sometimes that's where the turnovers come over at, where he just has too much responsibility throughout the course of the entire game.
and he keeps jumping to throw fucking passes. Man.
You got to get bailout.
He ain't changing that.
You know, I didn't realize how bad Julius Randle was at it either until he got
man.
on the Timberwolves.
Yeah, he does it a lot.
It's
But I think
literally
he's-
every pass.
that's a
Julius
part of
Randle
his-
jumps.
No, the
That's-
people that be strong as hell be decent at it because they be in the air for a long time and they be like, Julius Randle be chucking that ball.
I think it was the first
after
play
when
of the
he be
game.
hanging in
That's
the
a
air.
part
Jalen
of his
Duran
game.
jumped to throw a pass.
What happened?
Jalen Duran jumped to throw a pass like the
Oh,
first
that-
possession
that
of the
shouldn't
game.
be- that
I'm
shouldn't
like,
be a
what
thing.
the hell is going on? It's an epidemic right now, and it needs a
Jump stop
vaccination.
people.
Jump stop.
But
do
some of the
something.
guys, like Jalen Brunson does it, he's a small guard.
Yeah.
He gonna have
He
to
got to
jump.
do it to create some angles sometimes.
But Julius Randle, he don't have to do it.
He do it because he be mid shot.
And
Yeah,
I
I'm
think he's
tell-
one of the better ones in the league.
I'm
at
telling
doing
you,
it,
that's a
too,
part
though.
of his game. That ain't going nowhere. I watched Julius Randle a lot over the last
He
few
almost
years.
30, ain't he?
Yeah, that's a part of his game.
What about your Lakers, man? 4-3 right now. Lost a few.
3 of the last 4.
Yeah.
Bottom,
It's a tale of 2 weeks. Last
bottom
week,
3 defense. in
Anthony
this
Davis literally
last
said
3.
we can come out and look like the best team, and then we just don't know what we're doing. And the Pistons game, we definitely didn't look like the team. We kind of started off with the effort wasn't there, hustle wasn't there, and honestly, Anthony Davis had a really good, he had 35, 37.
on paper.
I thought he really could have probably had about 50 if he didn't kind of settle for a lot of those jump shots. I thought just the physicality we kind of shied away
Quiet
from.
game.
Was it a quiet game? I wouldn't say that, but
That
he
would be
definitely had
crazy
took a
if
lot of jump
35
shots.
point game
No,
was
but
quiet.
I remember at one point we were watching the game.
Yeah.
You weren't there because you don't watch
When he had-
basketball. with us.
oh, with us. Yeah, he did that with us.
Mike was like, "Oh, damn! I didn't realize he had blah blah blah."
Yeah, he had like
That-
18 points
yeah,
already, and I
that-
was like,
that
that's
mean
a
it's
quiet
quiet.
18
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, that's quiet.
Yeah.
Yo, it is a bit weird. Y'all team not very deep, huh?
They came
Not
out the
deep.
gate guns blazing.
We
man.
also-
we was hyped.
Yes.
He also don't be shooting that ball well.
And y'all don't shoot the ball well or at all.
Yeah.
Y'all are bottom in the
Is
league
this
at
a coaching
3-pointers.
issue?
It is. It's already started.
Is it a coaching issue with JJ Redick?
Y'all are 29th in total 3-pointers, 3-point frequency, 30th in corner 3-pointers generated.
Yeah. And the 3-pointers we take are kind of crazy. Like, D-Lo had 2 pull-up threes in transition.
D'Lo
Austin
is-
Reeves is more so like he's self-creating his threes. LeBron is doing that.
They said
on
LeBron
Anthony
is
Davis is
third in
taking threes.
transition
Like,
points.
we're just not a strong
Or
three-point shooting
fast break
team.
points?
What happened?
They said LeBron
Oh.
was third in fast break points.
Oh, yeah?
They said it's the only way he can score.
That's still very impressive.
I'm just
for a
joking.
40-year-old,
I'm just
though.
joking. I'm
He
just
does
joking.
look a lot older. I
I'm
mean,
just joking.
you know,
He is.
He is. Other than that one quarter versus the Kings, everything else has been like good,
Yeah.
just not Bron. Which is again, he's about to be 40 next
Yeah.
month, so it's
he's
like
still good at 40,
Yes.
but like you're just saying that he doesn't like his prime version.
yeah.
which
He,
is fine.
last year wasn't the All NBA second team.
Yeah.
He just don't look like All NBA second team.
And
right
maybe
now.
maybe he'll turn it around. We never know.
I would never count him out until he's literally not playing anymore.
Yeah, because he's showing you that he can still do it.
Yeah,
Bro, it was a lot of possession where it came back to where it was just that stagnant offense, though,
Mm.
in that Pistons game. Like, we would get a ball to Anthony Davis, and nobody
Everybody's
would
just
move.
watching.
And that's the possession that would end up usually in like a let me take a pull up with 3 seconds left.
That's what I was hoping. I was hoping that when the Suns faced adversity, but they've been very good to start the season, that they wouldn't go back to those old ways of just heavy ISO. But now you still do see them late in the game, still moving the ball, swinging it, and everybody's touching it. So I do like that part.
Bradley Beal been doing his thing.
Now Bradley Beal, and he's been efficient.
He's been
with what
amazing.
Yeah.
As an off-ball player.
So this is like the version they've been wanting to get from him, and
I
it
know,
don't look too
he
bad.
missed 30 games last year. I mean, he was hurt. It took they dealt with Book was hurt for a stretch last year too. So like it was really a stretch where it was just KD and the guys out there. So,
It's still, I can never get over it because you see it like a lot of other teams swinging. It's usually to like, the role players or whatever. But like Kevin Durant swinging it to Devin Booker. Booker swinging it to Brad. Like these are 30-point scores we know.
I also feel the way about the Suns because I saw somebody post that
the Tyus Jones
Jones
stuff.
thing.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy how
Give the context. What was the tweet?
they were just trying to make it seem like Tyus Jones just doing the bare minimum. He's passing the ball to Kevin Durant doing his shit. And they basically just trying to, I guess, discredit Tyus Jones and what he brings to the team. But to me, it's just kind of stupid.
For
people
sure.
just go out their way to just say any stupid shit. The team looks extremely different with good, solid guard play. Nobody is up here saying Tyus Jones is Chris Paul or that he's an all-star or anything like that. But again, it just kind of puts everything in its natural state. And that's why I always say they kind of did Frank Vogel dirty, knowing that he wanted a point guard because this team might have looked a little different. There was health and different things, and it was the first year.
Hey,
but they might have looked a little different last year.
A good point guard is so underrated.
Can never go understated with a
And
good point guard.
Chris Paul, he's more than a good point guard. I don't think me and KB, and I think it was you too, he was hyped as hell because he just threw the ball to Wimpy. That's all
about
it
last
took.
night
It was
or
just last night. It was
Yeah.
just like, man, just keep finding Wemby, and it's
Well,
just like
we've been
that's what
geeked
they've
on
been
Chris
doing.
Paul because Chris Paul,
Is the fourth best point guard of all time.
he's looked like a different player than
Yeah.
the first couple of games with the Spurs.
Yeah,
He's
He's
knocking
hitting
down
shots.
shots.
That's
Yeah.
the real thing.
He started to find
shoot.
his
getting them
shot
legs underneath them.
I'm
Starting to hit too.
The last
Yes.
few games, I'm liking a lot more of what the Spurs are looking like than the first couple of versions of them that we've seen. I'm loving Jeremy Sohan. Chris Paul is being more effective as a scorer, and obviously he's going to get the ball to the right people. We still haven't seen Devin Vassell.
Yeah.
So the
Jeremy
Spurs
got injured last night too.
Say that again.
Jeremy got injured last night too.
Yo,
so we'll see
what happened?
I don't know. It just said that he won't check back in. I didn't even see what the report was.
Yeah,
They did blow the 28-point lead too, though, last night. But other than that,
Yeah.
everything's look great.
Shout out to James Harden.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really.
Yes, you can.
Hey, you gonna stop doing that because I don't like the way you be speaking on James Harden.
I
When
was
he
gonna
better
say,
than your
hey,
boy.
the shots
If
we
I
had,
gave you 2 draft picks and I said you could have the career of Chris Paul or you can have the career of James Harden, who you taking?
That's tough.
No, it's not.
Because like
I ain't trying to be an influence, so
No,
I'm gonna
no,
shut
no.
up.
Frank, talking about no, it's not.
because Chris Paul was so damn good for so long. James Harden, he started his career coming out so like James Harden had a much slower start, but then his peak was probably higher than Chris Paul.
For sure.
Not even close.
Yeah, but Chris Paul came out the gate like
Okay.
who
so-
joined who?
I'll go James Harden.
Who joined who?
That is such a
Who joined who?
That's such a mute point. Oh my
Mike,
god.
I asked you in the Discord. What's your answer?
James Harden.
What's your answer?
I'm a ride with Chris Paul, man. There ain't a lot of people I'm taking over Chris Paul.
Man, give
So
me
you
give me
that type of
38
GM.
PPG season.
So you the GM where your friend Mike has a son who's a 2nd round pick, but because you loyal to him, you're gonna not take Cooper Flagg. You're gonna take his son.
I would never be loyal to Mike.
Oh.
I respect it.
Mike don't provide enough to my organization for me to think I need to draft his son.
Damn, this sound personal. He don't provide enough to my
No, because he been
organization.
taking shots recently.
Yeah.
He been taking shots recently
Hey,
in the
time
group
out.
chat,
you
man.
have been because Terrence came into the party and you said something, and he said that. And you know Terrence, he ain't around us as much. And when he said, you know you've been taking shots.
I forgot the other thing I put in the group chat. But I just know I put the Snapchat memory.
You posted his gender reveal saying his fit was weak.
And the fit was calm. It was just a calm fit. It was just a calm fit. It wasn't even
And it was out of nowhere. Everybody's chilling, talking about bet state placing and fantasy football, and you just get a random. Was that in the wee hours of the morning too? Because you be up late, or maybe it was
I
early in
think
the
it was
morning.
time you posted it?
I forget, but no, I had I meant to put it in there when I seen it because it came. It was a memory from a few days ago,
Yeah.
and I just forgot. But
No, I think
I just randomly put in
His
weak.
reply back.
The shirt
he
of me in
got
that
you.
polo is funny.
that polo
day.
is crazy,
Hey,
bro. I
you can't say
believe
shit about THT or you used to wear shit like
At
that.
least I got my full head of hair up here,
the one
and
thing.
I'm about 5 years older than him.
What happened last night when we were in Discord?
He
Somebody.
said something about your jump shot.
No, we was talking about game winners or something, and he was like,
Oh,
"Yeah, KB, you ain't never been on the court with a game winner."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Damn, fuck, I do."
As if he was some varsity star.
And I had to remind him I was on the court when he stepped out of bounds on a game-winning shot. So I was there. I was up there. Anyway, next game we could get to. Oh no, I don't know who watched what game. So let's just keep talking.
No, go to every.
We ball
Hey,
watchers.
Jason Tatum should be in those conversations.
Hey, assume.
Yeah.
I want you to assume that everybody watched the games because he told us he was watching. We know what we was doing because I know.
I was watching. I definitely watched all 30 teams yesterday, though.
It was impossible to like really, really watch all 30 teams. It's impossible. But you were picking one game out of 7 at a time, which I think is kind of crazy.
It wasn't that impossible.
No, I mean like you could have
You
them
can
all
lock
up,
in.
but you can't. I can't
Oh,
tell you
yeah,
the
yeah.
ins and outs of
For
all.
sure.
Like if
15.
a game got to like 20 or 15, I might
Yeah, I just
zone in
turned-
on
I
a
dipped
different
out.
game.
I don't need to watch it no more.
Yeah, I dipped out.
That's why I can go watch.
Like, I didn't
all-
watch the beginning of that Clippers game at all. Cause
Right, but you watched.
I watched the end of it, yeah.
Perfect. That's all you can do because you only have 2 eyes. So it's like, are you watching every possession of every 30 team? No. But I got some shit I can say about all of these games.
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum should continue to wear the headband if he's going to shoot the ball like that. But he was shooting the ball like that without the headband.
Derrick White got to continue to wear that headband though.
I think that's good for the memes.
Yeah, no, Jason Tatum is locked in. He's heard all the chatter. I don't like people like you, though, because you was one of the people that had a lot of shit to say about Jason Tatum. And now he
When?
making shots. I don't know.
Now he just making I'm like, hold on.
That's
Was
the
that
other
me or
thing
was that
too
him?
is he's just literally making his shots, and the three ball has been amazing, outstanding.
Yes. But
I think
my question is this.
Mhm.
It's going good right now in the first 8 games, 7 games.
Let's say 35% from 3.
Should he, but how many is he taking?
It's the
11.
volume is
11,
crazy
right.
though.
So 35 on 11 is damn near 40 on 5. That's my math. That's my math.
No, I think that's good, man.
How many shot attempts is he taking in general?
20.
So 11
half-
of his 20, more than half is 3.
that is a
Is that an
common
issue?
thing.
Because there is going to be a part as a basketball player where the shot just not falling. It don't got shit to do with you. It's just basketball
That is
guys.
But
think it's
I
enough.
do think that Tatum, at least this season, has done a good balance. Like even in the games where it hasn't fallen, he's been able to recognize it. Now he's not going to stop shooting them completely, but he is also a guy that I trust to get to the basket to create for himself and for others.
I do too, but only thing I'm referencing is the fact that throughout
I mean, even in the finals last year, he did that.
throughout the playoff run, it wasn't about him not knowing what to shoot. It was about the fact that a lot of times it looked like he settled.
I think the
settled a
biggest
lot.
change in Tatum this season is that when he is getting to the basket, he's finishing. Like there was a stat, and it was just like based on like what we deem to be a superstar, these all NBA caliber players, he was the worst finishing superstar in basketball as far as when he gets to the basket, he either was going for contact and not trying to finish, or one or the other, and he just wasn't as effective at finishing at the rim. Now he's shooting like 85% at the rim this season.
Damn.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
crazy.
I think part of what happened this summer was very important for him. Like he didn't get Finals MVP, and then he didn't play in the Olympics. I think now he's coming out with this fire and this chip on his shoulder that he still got some shit to prove, and I think we're seeing like it in full form right now.
We was watching. One of the shots he hit was an insane
In that
shot.
corner?
No, or that was insane. But he also had the one on the fast break.
Was it like back-to-back ones?
Where he just dribbled and shot right into
That
it.
shot
and
that's
Oh,
in the
yeah,
game,
I know
that
what
shot
you're
that's in the
talking
game
about.
to OT against the Pacers. That was a nasty little sidestep 3 on Tyrese. That was
Nah,
The problem
that's
is-
Jason. That's classic Tatum. The sidestep.
The side step, you know it's coming.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not a problem, but he's not a guy that's going to win the award. That's just not the way the award really works.
I
But
think if he continues to play like this, he could.
you think he would win the award? Because right now I think
Yeah.
it's kind of open. Nobody is
yeah. No,
taking
nobody-
it yet.
I think he could win the award.
Yeah, I think he could too.
If they're the most dominant team and he's playing at the level he's playing at right
Because
now,
right now it's 37-6.
he can easily win that award. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you have certain people like us who I think we really do like to see the most valuable, but that ain't always been the case. We've had the things where it's like the best player on the best team, right? We've seen that. So it's like, is that my cup of tea? No, because so far, My MVP
It would be Jayson Tatum.
is Paolo Banchero. Because
Oh.
most valuable, the Magic was
Hey, the
must-see TV. These days they come on,
They
I
can't
can
even-
give a damn.
They can't even score 100 points.
I'm just being real.
They can't score 100.
I could give a
30
damn.
points and a half is
I
crazy.
could give a damn.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, I'm not even trying to be bogus. You tell me the Magic on, I could give a care less because that young man is not playing. And it is crazy. They were just must-watch TV. They are 30th in offense right now.
That's
Over
always
the last
been
3
my
games,
biggest
at
thing.
least they're 30th. I don't know where
When
they
it
are.
comes down to MVP, is if you take this player off this team and
Completely
it's a
different team.
completely different team, and I think that's kind of like
So is it
embodies
just going to be Jokic again?
Probably. I think he has a high chance of winning it because of the circumstance. Has a very high chance. That man cannot get off the floor and that team be competent. That man has to like these overtime wins they had back to back against the Nets, the Raptors. Watch the overtime. Watch what they do to send it to overtime. Hit him on the block, move the fuck out the way,
Dorian
and he's going to
Finney-Smith,
score.
get this bucket, please.
Oh, that was insane. That was insane. That let me know that they are trying to get Cooper Flag. Let's be
Are the
competitive.
Nuggets ever going to have a convincing win?
I don't know.
That,
Boy,
that might
beating-
be tough for them to do.
Yeah,
Like, they
bro.
had the lead against the game against the Timberwolves, but then Anthony Edwards checked into the game, and that lead went away.
Well, yeah, that was actually terrible because you had the lead with you had like a 9-point lead with a few minutes left. All you had to do was basically just make
It's
smart
not a-
decisions.
It's not a bad question because like the
Because
Nets.
these are the Nets, the Raptors twice went to overtime,
Yes.
and then last second shot here. Well, RJ shot hit every part of the rim
Except
that
for
would have
him.
won.
He tried to gain their ass twice in a week. He tried it. He wanted that
Yeah.
moment so bad.
Damn near wanted it
Because in
too
that
much.
first game, he pulled it up from the half.
that
damn
was
near.
that was a dumbass shot.
Yeah, it was.
I like the one from last night. Even the one from last night was tough.
But
over Russ,
he had to shoot that one.
but he
though.
had to shoot it. Yeah. Who did who was I just talking? The Magic. I was MVP Celtics.
Yeah.
They played the Hawks, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on them? I'm kind of disappointed because they got off to a nice start and now it's kind of fizzling out. Trey Young ain't really had the best couple
It's one
performances.
of the worst Trey Young's game ever.
I swear, it looked
he's
like
had
he
a few
kind of
tough-
I don't
checked
know because
out.
the one Bilal locked his ass up. Was
He
a
looked
little-
like he kind of checked out during that game. Like he
I
kind
thought-
of knew
yeah.
it was just over. So it
That's
was
how I
like,
feel too. Like he
The
damn
2
near didn't want to be
points,
there.
6 assists.
He's had a few tough matchups lately.
I don't
So,
think that's going to change, honestly. Because that's the only guy we really
Yeah.
got to worry
Yeah.
about.
For real.
Is Trey Young
I think
in a
that's
row,
always
man.
been the Hawks. I think that's always
Yeah.
been that too. So it's like,
Jalen Johnson's doing his thing though.
yeah, which is
Jalen
funny
Johnson's
because
been
when
really
Trey
good.
Young was like killing,
Jalen
Jalen Johnson was
Yeah, but now it's like.
Uh
flip side.
oh. Let me go see what it look like when they minutes is shared. No, I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's good.
Yeah.
They a nice little duo over there.
I mean, yeah. One thing we got to do is hear a word from our sponsor that we can get back to the NBA talk.
Why should you bet with Caesars Sportsbook? 2 words, Caesars Rewards. Every bet brings you closer to the type of benefits only Caesars can offer. Hotel stays, VIP experiences, sports and concert tickets, and more. It's not just an app, it's an empire.
We mentioned it briefly, but the Clippers got their first win at the Intuit Dome last night after a big comeback win. They were down by 26 in the first quarter, fought all the way back to win by 12. That's such a crazy shift
That's
to be
such a
down
crazy
by
shift.
that. But it, like in the NBA, you go on a good run, a couple good runs, and every lead is available. Like nothing is out of the realm of possibility
I
anymore.
think due to the pace and the kind of just like recklessness the teams just shoot shots. I think you always allow teams to get a run and get back in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I think the best thing about the Clippers so far is that James Harden has been like an absolute game manager. I don't know how efficient he's shooting. Or like
he's not.
I can probably imagine that. But like when it comes down to it in the crunch time, like he's able to get decent shots for his team and kind of slow the game down and make sure the possession is solid. He still turns it over, but like he's approaching it the right way. It's just unfortunate they haven't been able to close out, some of the other ones. But this one, he hit some shots down the road, like the step back 3, step back mid range. Like they needed those shots, and he was able to provide.
He got a 3-point play. Who I don't
4-point
remember.
play.
4-point
He got a
play.
4-point
He
play.
had
Yeah.
Vic had damn near 10 blocks on the day, and he threw the one like little pocket pass to Zubac, and he got the dunk on
Yes,
him. And
he
I
did,
think that was probably like a momentum changer, just like a tide changer right there. And
I didn't realize Amir Coffey had 21 in this
Amir
game.
Bro, Amir Coffey
over in the
was-
second
yeah.
half.
He was a big
God.
reason
I
for
was
that
actually
comeback.
surprised he took that many shots.
Yeah. 10 shots.
When Amir Coffey gets to going for them, he be a difference maker. It don't happen every game, but I've watched almost every Clipper game thus far.
Did you hear what the commentator said about him?
I remember you saying, and I was like, that's kind of fire.
I like
The
it.
Bruiseum?
Yeah.
He said add that shot to the Bruiseum. I thought it was kind of lame, but
I-
each its own.
They're all
It's
gonna be lame
creative.
though.
It's creative.
There's never been one was like that is.
I
fucking
definitely
fire.
heard some heat ones.
Like what? Can't be that much heat if you don't remember.
Pass the hot sauce.
Shit, weak as
Well,
hell.
we did
but it's
that,
cool.
And it's also give me the hot sauce, by
Give
the
me
way.
the hot.
I thought when I heard
Even that beep beep drive home Chicago, that shit is corny, but it's decent. You know what I'm saying? It's all supposed to be. It's supposed to be
I
corny.
think
If you-
what makes it great is that you don't hear it often. So once it happens,
you
it hits.
crazy. What did he say when y'all lose? Like last night, what did he say?
I
I'll
don't
be
know.
watching.
I was out of there about it.
I watched.
He
He
it.
doesn't. He doesn't say anything when they lose.
They just started making a lot of jokes.
So he wants you to drive home unsafe.
Had a couple more drinks in Chicago. It was a rough one.
Oh man, yeah. James Harden, that shot was incredible. Amir Coffey down the stretch. Hey man, Victor Wembanyama had Zubac struggling for a minute, but Zubac kept going. That's what you got
He
to
got
do.
the big one, man.
What Norman Powell have?
Norman Powell finished with 23,
They're
7
gonna
of
be 20
15.
plus.
Storm and Norman.
He continues the streak, man.
Storm and Norman.
He's a streak.
Hey,
He was about that action. Talking
Julian
about it this
Champagny
offseason.
is legit. Julian Champagny is legit. Big time Julian Champagny fan from St. John's because always scored the ball. I did not think he was going to be something for the Spurs, though, because he had bounced around. Man, I'm glad he found a home.
hey,
there.
they bench gonna be solid when they able to bring Devin Vassell back. He goes. Julian Champagny slides to the bench.
Why?
Then coming
And
off the
Trey
bench
Jones comes back
Why
too
does he go
eventually.
to the bench?
because Devin Vassell will be back.
Okay.
What you mean it's okay?
What's the lineup?
It's gonna be Chris Paul, Devin Vassell, Vic, Harrison Barnes, and Sohan.
Mm-hmm.
Why Harrison Barnes' ass can't go to the bench?
Because
You need
that's
a
not
vet.
in his
vets.
contract.
You need a vet in the second unit. He was struggling last night. You need a vet in the second unit.
You guys like Colin?
Julian Champagny got them corner threes on lock.
He do.
He got the corner threes on
lock,
lock.
man. You
Yeah.
might want to keep him out there with them starters.
Him and Keldon Johnson, Stephon Castle. That's a nice little
I
bench
seen a
unit.
thing where they were saying Keldon Johnson don't look like Keldon Johnson. He look like Russell Westbrook.
He do sometimes look like Russell Westbrook, bro.
2 sleeves,
He
0
did, he
fade.
do. He do.
I saw somebody on social media saying that.
We could talk. Y'all want to talk about Bucks Cavs?
Let's do it. I don't know how we ain't talked about this earlier, honestly.
This
The
This
title
is
of this episode is disappointments, biggest disappointments, and this is like let's really unpack and get into our episode right here, please.
this is actually kind of crazy to watch standings out east, and you look at two teams that's supposed to be juggernauts, and the Sixers and the Bucks being the two bottom feeders.
Luckily for them,
all.
only 2 teams have a positive record right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the conference is kind of crazy.
Mhm.
Because we lost to the Rockets. I'm like, damn. But then you look at it, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
we all right.
Yeah.
We still alive.
That's how I felt after that Pistons loss yesterday. I'm like, 4-3 just don't sound
We
pretty,
ain't
but we
losing
still
to the
right
Pistons.
there.
We handled them. We handled them. We don't do shit like that.
Oh, okay.
I felt like down the stretch of this game, it was some few wasted possessions. When they was letting Bobby Portis go 1-on-1 against Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, and I'm just like,
Didn't we talk about this 2 episodes ago?
Yes.
yeah, but it's like, why in the closing stretch am I not putting the ball in Damian Lillard's hand and letting him facilitate offense or whatever? Why am I wasting possessions by watching him ISO? I don't know.
I got a lot of love for Bobby Portis, but he's a
But-
tough player to watch, man.
There's no way I'm letting him go 1-on-1 against Evan Mobley. If I'm letting him go 1-on-1 against Evan Mobley, the Cavs are like, yes, please do it every time. Donovan Mitchell ain't got to play no defense. Darius Garland ain't got to do nothing. We all just get to sit back and chill because we know all our damn near all defensive guy. He got that.
And the
he
worst-
got that.
The worst part about it, and this is not just a Bobby Portis thing, when they get a post touch and everybody stands, there's no option other than to shoot the
think-
ball.
Yeah,
my,
it is.
my-
So you- like,
the shot that I hate most in basketball is when people post up and they think they mellow and they face up and they just do nothing but jumpers. Like the thing about it is to get closer to the rim. That is the thing about posting
You
up. It's
coming
to
into my
get closer
territory
to
where
the
they gonna say
basket.
you starting to sound like an old head. But
It's not about to
the
be.
game
It's not about being
never
fancy.
changes. I don't care how young the game gets. The game is the game. But I'm gonna let you continue, brother, because this
But
is
it,
your
it
team.
was exciting though. It was an exciting game down the stretch. Darius Garland and Damian Lillard, they were having a back and forth, where they was just trading buckets.
Mm-hmm.
It was exciting, but at the end, Isaac Okoro did a great job on Damian Lillard for one possession to where it pretty much iced the game. And
You're not a fan of 2-for-1s.
no,
I'm not saying it was. I'm just asking. The shot Dame took
on Okoro, that little step back
on the left.
Yeah,
Was that a 2-for-1? Do you feel like? Because that was very fast, and you
was a
cannot
very
convince me
fast
that
shot.
that was the best look.
it was not the best look. It seemed like he had tunnel vision. It seemed like he already knew he was shooting that.
You're not a fan of two for ones at all? Like in that situation,
No,
fourth
no.
quarter 2 for 1 is crazy.
Remember,
No.
he just can't. Like sometime last year, he came
I said
into here.
I'm not a fan of bad 2-for-1s.
Okay.
I mean,
He had a whole little thing about 2-for-1s last year.
Because like sometimes a lot of teams they take that 2-for-1 shot, but that first shot is so bad that it don't even make no sense to even take that shot.
yeah.
And
But-
you take it so early into the clock too.
I mean,
Like-
no, that's what 2 for 1 got to be.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
what-
like,
I mean-
I'm not a fan of taking a bad shot early in the shot.
the
That's
whole
where-
point of it is just the numbers game. Like, we're going to get 2 shots versus
But
their
why
1
wouldn't
shot.
I want to get one quality look? And
'Cause
then
it's
because
just
it
a
could-
nu-
it
it's
is-
just
it could
the
still
numbers.
also miss, so you
Yeah.
leave with 0.
But I still got a quality look. And then if I make that shot,
But
it
look-
has a
but
higher
look-
chance.
but
of
look,
but
this-
then I just trust my defense at that
But
point.
look, think about it this way. One bad shot could go in.
Yeah.
But that second time we get the ball, that could be our quality look. So we get both of both worlds. You can get your quality look, but we can get the bad look that also might fall.
But then
What
we
about
also
this?
take a bad look.
When you had majority of the times those 2-for-1s are those long threes, long rebound,
30.
give up an easy layup transition. Is that worth getting 2 shots? I'm not saying I don't have a problem with 2-for-1, but I do hate when a 2-for-1 is dribble, just shoot it real.
It
Because
can look bad if the other team capitalize on it and be like,
there's a world where your 2-for-1 can be alright. It don't have to be a disgusting ass
Yeah.
shot. I like Darrick. I've seen disgusting ass 2-for-1s, and that's where it's like
Well,
I get it, but
Yeah.
at that point, you might as well just get a good shot.
I don't like it when it's like we're gonna go for this two for one when we're only gonna have like a 2-second difference.
That'd be the thing
Yeah.
too.
That's when it's like, oh,
You're
not
taking
gonna.
a 2-for-1 with 29 seconds left. So even if they use the whole court, 24, you got 4 seconds. Stop talking to me.
Yeah, that's when it's like
Stop
that's not
talking
worth
to me.
I
it.
feel like we had this conversation because I remember reading this study about the 2 for 1.
Because
last
I'm telling you, he had
Yeah.
a thing about 2-for-1s.
Yeah, I had saw it at some point in the game. I was like, bro, why do teams always take this badass 2-for-1 shot? Like it just seems like it's always low quality. And I think you had the stats on like how often they make the first shot or whatever, and it's like, see, I don't understand the reasoning behind it. I do get the math game. We taking 2 more shots until they won, but if I'm taking 2 bad shots and they still taking 1 good shot, I would much rather be the team that took the 1 really good shot than the team that took 2 bad shots. Because that second shot's probably going to be rushed. You're not going to get a full 24. It's probably going to be like under 10 seconds.
Mhm.
So at that point,
I
I'm
think
like,
it's really just honestly situational and coming down to like, what's the actual time and score of the game?
yeah. And who's also taking a 2-for-1 shot. It shouldn't just be anybody.
That should be your best player.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I mean, it was. Dame is one of them dudes. I'm probably letting. He could probably take
Yeah.
that 2 for 1.
I didn't really notice the time. I thought he did come off that screen. Okoro fought through it and didn't switch, and he just shot it anyway. But
Mhm.
he couldn't get to the basket really on Okoro that game.
I don't know. I'm just reading through the study. I mean,
Let's get into it, man.
it just supports the 2 for 1 being.
It supports the
worth
2-for-1 being right.
The Milwaukee Bucks.
Mhm. I don't have anything else to say. I feel like everything I've said about the Milwaukee Bucks and the start of the season still stays the same. They are slower than every single team that they go against.
Ain't
They're
no
older.
way in hell you feel the same way at the start of the season. This team is 1-6.
When they started off as bad, like nothing has changed. That's the problem.
But this is the worst start anybody could have imagined.
No team. Who had this? Did you say a stat yesterday? Like no team has come back from 1
Oh
to
yeah,
6.
my fault.
Yeah, you got it.
When
But
they
no,
won at
nothing.
4?
Nothing has really
I think
changed.
it was 1-4.
Since 1970, 150 NBA teams have started 1-6 or worse. Just 12 of those teams made the playoffs that season, and 5 of those did with a losing record. None won more than 47 games. The Bucks have a steep hill to climb. That is Mike Vorkunov.
In 47
Hope I
games
pronounced it right.
last year, at least, that got you to a 6 seed, depending on your matchups and stuff. Because I think one of the 47-win team was a playing team. So if you win the matchups. But again, like I said, they're slower. They're slower than every team. They're older than every team. Brook Lopez is falling off a cliff on both sides of the floor. And finally, it happened. Like, that's what it looks like, at least early in the season. That drop coverage doesn't work because you're giving up a bunch of threes. You're getting sprayed out of the gym. And even though Giannis and Dame could give you 30-plus points a night, it still won't matter because you have 0 bench production on top of this. It's just pretty much all the same, where it's like, I've 7 games of the season kind of accept that this is who they are, and they probably will still. Like, some of these games are statistical outliers. They should have won one of these 2 Cavs games.
Absolutely. Damn near both.
And even with that said, I still don't have any confidence in them doing anything other than potentially going on a run, winning some regular season games. But at the end of the
I
day,
just
this is
don't
a
see
team
them
that's
getting
built
no
to try to win.
stops when they really need it.
But the reason that this is a conversation isn't because of any of those things. That's not what I'm talking about. Yeah, we didn't look at this roster and feel like anything outside of Dame and Giannis was going to do anything. But it's the fact that I don't think nobody in the world thought they was going to start winning 6.
No. They're
Now,
also the fucking Bulls.
now here you go with the Giannis shit. And if the Giannis conversation of him potentially wanting out or leaving, that he's already kind of even was hitting that when he was talking about
If we don't win a championship, I might get traded.
yeah, like that weird shit. And there's no other room to get better. So this is your reality because, I mean, I don't even know when is Chris Middleton coming back. Hell, now Giannis just missed the last game. So who knows if this snowballs into a 1-9 start. Is Giannis playing next game? Is he like Giannis is usually a guy that only sits out when he desperately has to. And I know I would
right
like
now it's desperation for that team.
yeah, and he's still set out. So I don't know how serious of an injury that is because I just don't believe that Giannis Antetokounmpo would look around and see that we are starting off 1-5 and say, I'm going to just sit this one out unless he absolutely had to. And even when he has played, there's no giving that they win these games or win that game last night. So
Next game is the battle of the 1-6s. They play the Jazz. They both 1-6.
Hey, if they lose that
they
game,
should win that game.
man,
They should win that game.
Somebody just lost to the Jazz, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
That team beat the Bucks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, by process, they're the worst team in the league. When you think about it.
I'm also not on the side of all of this talk with Giannis leaving. I'm gonna just come on again. I'm gonna just stay on my old head side because we have to set a precedent in the league where like everything don't have to be let's run. When these guys get at these podiums and they talk this talk and they be talking like they don't got you got to go and get some wins. I love Giannis. I love his story. I love his style of play, his mindset. He went to that podium in the last game that he played and said, "I don't affect the outcome of the game." Brother.
I feel that, though.
Yes,
he had like
you do.
37 and like his stat line was crazy.
That impacts the outcome of the game. That if they win that game, we go right at what he had and what he did and what he contributed to the outcome of the game.
Also, Gary Trent that game shot like 1 for 10.
Gary Trent hasn't done anything since he signed the Bucks.
I understand that. that impacts the outcome of the game as well.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like,
I think he just meant like I'm not this overpowering being where like I could still have 38 and we
And
can
it's just
lose.
not enough.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah. Because when your duo has those nights that Dame and Giannis are having,
they're 70 together.
you're supposed to win those games.
Yeah.
yeah, you are.
But teams is putting up like 120 to 130 points.
Yeah.
So you
And
got to
that's why I
find the
said, you
others.
said that in the Discord. I'm like, did Dame give up the points back?
Probably. Darius Garland was cooking.
Darius
last night, bro.
Garland has been on a
Darius Garland
mission,
was
bro.
You have
Shout
to.
out
You
to
have
He
him.
to
might
be
be
able
my
to do
favorite player
something.
this year, bro. The way he looks so comfortable on the court compared to how it was last year and just the previous years trying to figure it out with Donovan Mitchell. Him and Donovan Mitchell look like they're one of the best duos in the league, if not the best duo in the league.
When they play the Celtics, man, I want to see that. Like that's the game, bro. That is literally the game to look forward to. I want to see.
Evan Mobley, man, I told you he had a coast-to-coast
He
play
got the
yesterday.
block and yeah.
He's been so much
I
more
was like,
aggressive.
man, if you're just
Oh, they-
doing that,
they don't-
imagine how much pressure that takes off the guards. You could just go out there and just drop
played
some
them in the in-season tournament.
give some buckets.
Oh, okay.
On November 19th.
Okay.
So in about 2 weeks.
It's just too much to handle with the Cavs. Not only you got the guards, the bigs is just dominant too. Jared Allen be doing this thing.
Yeah, I just don't know. I hate the whole situation in general. I hate that Giannis signed the extension before even playing a game with this team. Not that means anything. He can still go, but I just feel like it would have been a lot better of a situation if a team didn't have to trade for him and acquire him. I hate that.
I do think it's weird the conversation is going around the Dame Drew Holiday trade now. Because hypothetically, that trade doesn't happen. Do we think the Bucks are contenders because Drew Holiday is on his roster? Like, yeah, they should be better at point of attack defense, but I feel like that construction of that team window was close either way.
Because you don't have the same Chris Middleton or Brook.
As long as you don't have Chris Middleton on the floor, yeah, it don't matter really what happened.
Yeah, because you thinking when they were contenders, Chris Middleton was at the peak of his powers.
And Brook Lopez
And
was
Brook
a different
Lopez
player.
is still being Brook Lopez. So like,
And I'm
with
not even
those
saying
two
it's the
regressing-
perfect trade to get Dame, but I feel like the revisionist history is kind of crazy. That team was good They were
People
I
are
dare
also-
say great in the regular season.
People are also seeing Drew Holiday have success with the Celtics.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
that's just a super
Right,
stacked
yeah.
team. Or
But
whatever.
also, Drew Holiday with the Celtics is the fourth option.
exactly.
It's like
Yeah.
it's easier for him to do his part, and that's not taking anything away from him. But in that,
I was the
Bucks
one up
system,
here telling you that, Mister. He's a bucket.
At the finals, he was a bucket. Both finals.
Yeah.
No.
He got in that dunker spot, put that ass on somebody. Stop messing around with him. That's a bucket.
He was effective with those 11 points.
Philly and Milwaukee just got an uphill battle.
Yeah.
They really
Yeah.
they really got to climb their way.
Who do you feel more comfortable with? Probably Philly, right?
Philly.
But even
Yeah.
their situation is not great.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
When I was looking at Philly, I was like, man, if Embiid come back and he's 70% of himself, they could probably go on about a 4 to 5
Because they
game
didn't look
win
bad
streak.
yesterday. They just lost.
They
They didn't
just
look bad.
need something.
I
They
felt more
need.
confident in them before Joel Embiid swung or whatever on dude. Because I
Should've
don't know what
body
the-
slammed his ass.
I don't know what that's gonna look like. They're gonna have to do something suspension wise.
Might get a game or two.
A game?
Yeah.
Damn.
when they've already done it.
Because then DeMarcus Cousins got a game when he did something similar.
But he cursed the dude out. You
he didn't put his hands on him?
No. He told, don't you ever talk about my fucking brother or whatever.
Oh, I thought it got somewhat
Nah,
physical.
that was an old ass man too.
He can get it too. What's he talking for?
DeMarcus Cousins with the jail if he did some shit to that old man. But no, he ain't assault him. No, not at all.
Assault is such a strong word. They got a little physical.
A little tussle.
Joel Embiid did what any
Walk-
of us would really do.
What? Hey,
Normal person.
1,000%. Probably not. Probably would have did more if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
He told him, if you talk about my brother or my son again, I will do more.
And I would have to deal with the
I'm gonna have to deal with the repercussions.
Sound like some Eminem.
That's how that shit get, bro.
I don't blame
It's
him.
one-
Sometimes you got to put the foot down later.
I
Like there's
agree.
a line that you should not cross as a reporter.
I agree.
And talking on
No,
somebody's dead
as
family.
a person. I
Yeah,
think
as
we
a
got
person,
too far in society where people just say anything because the internet you can say anything, but they be forgetting. And that's why sometimes I'll be having to let people know myself too. Like, don't get it twisted or fucked up. You feel me? Yeah. So what? I got a platform. I do got shit to lose. But that don't make it exempt for you to do or say whatever you want to say. You'll get your ass beat the fuck up real quick. No bullshit.
I like that Joel Embiid was on site because even the day before he said
like-
those comments. And Marcus, where he usually said he not here.
That
The
should've
next
told
day
us
Marcus was
everything.
there. He was like,
They was on
"What's
site
up?"
like Tom and Jerry.
That
For
should have
real.
told us everything, bro.
Yeah.
But I do think people need to get smacked up. I ain't holding back from that. Some people need to get slapped the fuck out of.
Remember, it was like
Now
a
you ain't
big
gonna
thing
never
when
write
we
no
had
shit
all.
like that again.
I don't know.
It was like we had a stretch where players were like just getting fans out of there because the fans was being too like crazy.
In Utah.
Whatever. Yeah, that's
No, Bron got that girl out of there in Indiana.
Remember he just pointed.
Oh yeah, he grabbed the
'Cause
ref.
didn't she do like this?
I don't know.
Or was that a different clip?
I don't know what she did.
Okay.
I think she called him out of his name. She called him
Okay.
like
I would assume. I don't think LeBron would have somebody kicked out for doing
Okay.
this.
It was a different
I think
clip
he's
then. 'Cause
seen
somebody
a lot
definitely did this LeBron ass court.
No, I think she might have did that too, but I think she called him out of his name. That
Oh,
was the
okay.
real thing.
Oh.
The B word.
Mhm.
You know, Brian don't like. Remember Draymond did that. You don't call me that. Where we from? He know not to call me something like that. Not
It's so
even-
crazy
that's
how
buddies.
that word is so different across different like upbringings. Because some people, you say that word to them, they gonna fight you, and some people it's not that big of a deal.
I think it depends on the
It
relationship.
yeah, in the context.
If I say that to Mike, I don't think it's a big deal. But yeah, if we had an export and somebody else that don't know him say that,
You know what I think about that too? That's like a word like goofy. Goofy
Yeah.
is that shit is disrespectful.
yeah. And everybody don't know that.
I
Because
know.
there was a time where I think I was talking to like Prado in your chat, and I was like, goofy ass. And I don't think he know I said it like, your goofy ass talking to me, boy. I said it in a
Calling
way
somebody
that
a goofy is hilarious.
is, you know, it's goofy as shit. Weird too. New York people take that weird word, or LA, one of them, where if you call somebody weird, it might be like the B word. But yeah, man.
I feel more confident in the 76ers.
I do
yeah,
too.
Just because, yeah.
because injuries,
Yeah.
they're gonna eventually get healthy. And-
Yeah.
So-
You would think so.
You would hope.
You would hope.
Yeah.
And Gershon Yabusele shooting the ball.
Oh, Gershon
looks
looked
great.
amazing last night, bro.
It's great.
Whether he was on a short roll, whether he was shooting threes, Gershon was everywhere.
6 rebounds, 5 assists, or something like that.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't you play like that?
What you mean?
Why he should
In
be
real life?
He should be a comp for you.
He said in real life.
Oh,
No, on 2K. Make it.
Who
He
knows?
too big to
Darrick
be
could
taking them
be-
shots like that.
Derek could be LeBron real shit. We just ain't hooped long enough to like in a long time, so we don't know if he is Bron.
He's not.
He's not Bron.
Are you Bron?
no.
He's
At
Bronny.
least play
I-
into it. At least,
Hey, right,
at least
right,
give me
right.
something.
He,
I don't want to bring the ball.
I'm sorry, he is Bron.
you
wanna
could be
bring
now
the ball.
Bron. Bron to be doing that
He's
no more.
not. He's Bron with the JR. Bron.
That's crazy that y'all got
Bron
two
Jr.
LeBrons on y'all team and y'all still can't win.
with
Yeah,
2
true.
bronze.
2 bronze. That's crazy, bro.
True.
Any of these other games interesting enough to y'all? The Warriors look phenomenal.
Yeah,
I can't wait till they
Yeah.
play against a good team. It's
Yes.
about to happen. But
Jordan
they've
Poole
been
and
dominant.
Draymond was being petty.
Yep, that was fun.
Respectfully petty. I like that. Bilal Coulibaly, I'm so thrilled to see him continue to develop. Keyshawn George was amazing.
Yeah,
Started
he
off
was
over
good.
5 from 3 and then hit like 6 or 7.
Oh,
It's
the
between
one
I-
off the backboard.
I can't
had us
decide who
going
my
nuts.
favorite rookie, either him or Ryan Dunn.
Yeah.
Keyshawn George, man, I might have to get him in my league, man. He just a ball player. He just do a lot of things well.
He was
man.
one of those dudes that I was hoping the Cavs got. I thought he can come to the Cavs and really help them right away at that 3
Yeah, I
spot.
remember you saying that. They got Jalen Tyson though.
Tatum
Yeah.
Tyson.
You know, they got the other guy playing over him. The white guy with the mustache.
Oh,
I forget his
I
name.
forgot his name.
The white guy with the
Yeah.
mustache.
The white guy with the mustache.
on the Cavs.
Yeah. His name is Luke Travers.
Oh, with the mustache.
Yeah, he got a
With the
mustache.
Yeah.
He looked like Curtis Connors for the people that know the YouTube people out there. That's who he remind me of on that court. What is Curtis doing hooping? I got nothing else about these
What
other
is
games.
it? Name some of them games.
Wolves versus Hornets.
I would say Tyrese.
They
I think
blew them. They blew
I'm
them.
25 had to
disappointed
be
in the Hornets,
Tyrese's
man.
season high, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we could talk about that one.
Oh, yeah,
Pacers,
Pacers,
versus
Mavericks.
Mavs, 134, 127. Tyrese with 25, 12, and 4.
My biggest takeaway is Miles
30
Turner.
and 10, 11.
When
He
I
did
tuned
have a
into
really
this
good
game,
game.
Miles Turner was making 3 after 3 after 3, and it was
Yeah.
really big shots.
They lost the Najee Marshall game, 25 and 6.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They lost the game. Not gonna get the type of production a lot. This is one of the games I didn't even get to watch any of it, so I have no opinion yet. Luckily, there's no games tonight, so you can kind
Yeah.
of go back and watch the stuff you missed.
Luka got into his bag that second half. For when I tuned in, I took his assist, but he started to make threes as well.
Mhm.
I don't know. The Mavericks are a team where I feel good. Even with a loss like that, I still feel good about the Mavericks. I think it's more so about the Pacers being able to go in there and get a win because they kind of needed that win. What are they now? 2, 3, and 4?
Something like I think they're 3 and 4. aren't they?
Yeah, because they could have.
But anyway, yeah, and it's
Yeah.
that was a game where I felt like they have like one of their goals as a team, like to win a game, like you got to have that point total, and that was one of the games where Tyrese was on, Miles Turner was on, Benedict Mathurin was scoring. They need to have that fire back where they was going 130 points a game.
What did they do with the center position, backup center? Because both of their backup centers are gone. Did they just
I didn't
have
even-
Jairus Walker?
I
Jairus
didn't
Walker
even pay
played.
attention
Obi
to all
Toppin
Obi
was out
Toppin,
there.
yeah.
Okay.
Jairus Walker was he had a Luka assignment for the minutes that he was in the game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that when I get home. Because I want to see how did Tyrese end up at 25? Was he aggressive getting to the basket? Was
Well,
it
he-
just jump shooting?
I think it was something he was just able to hit some shots because even
Well, he
they
only
laid
had
down
2
the stretch.
threes, but
Oh, okay. All right. We locked into that one.
I seen one he got 2 feet in the paint and made like a tough little like leaner. So
Okay. All right. Other games, I don't know if y'all want to speak on. We already talked a little bit about the Nuggets, Raptors, Thunder, Magic. We kind of got to Blazers, Pelicans.
Hey, yeah.
BJ Boston Jr. looks like baby
different
Brandon
player.
Ingram.
Look like a different player.
He's taking a lot of mid-range twos. And he also is like kind of shaped like Brandon Ingram too. He's just shorter.
They're one of my most disappointing teams,
The
just because
Pelicans?
it's just.
Where
so-
it's no CJ, no
That's- but that's
DeJounte,
what I'm
no
saying.
Zion,
That's
no
what I'm talking
Herb.
about.
I'm still going.
That's why-
No Trey Murphy, no Jordan Hawkins.
that's kind of why I didn't. That's why I haven't really fully gauged
No, that
them.
shit is disappointing.
That's 6 of their top 8 players.
We go
It's
through-
disappointing, but it's like also it's like they can't really control that.
They
Jeremiah
can't, but
Robinson
you
Earl.
can still be disappointed.
Mhm.
Disappointed. You think Philadelphia 76ers fans ain't disappointed when Joel Embiid has to miss time? It ain't nothing. He not going and shooting
No,
himself
yeah.
in the foot to miss a week.
Hey.
But it's like it's disappointing. I want to see you're not tired of going through the same shit with the Pelicans of wanting to see them at
Yeah.
full strength
Yeah.
Jalen Noel signed a contract.
and got right on the floor
It was played
and was
23
playing.
minutes.
and was
They needed
scoring
a
and
body,
shit.
man.
And he took 12 shots. He
Yeah,
said,
blame
I'm
him.
trying to stick.
They just need something. They don't have without Zion especially. They really don't got people that's gonna put pressure on the rim.
It's just a shame that we're never really going to be able to see this team at full capacity
Mm-hmm.
because Brandon Ingram is probably going to be a different team after this year,
And he open.
and he's hooping.
Hey, he said y'all ain't here.
He's got some
I'ma
threes
still
up
do
there.
my thing.
Yeah, he's. Well, how many threes he attempted per game? I remember looking at it and I was like, oh snap! And a lot of those are not. They're not even catch and
They're
shoot
pull-ups.
threes.
No, he be pulling up at people. He's so tall and lanky.
Yeah.
He just be shooting.
It feels like I've seen the Pelicans play the Blazers like 3 times already.
They did just play like back. Yeah, you're right because.
Because that game that they played
He's
where
attempting
Anthony Simon's girlfriend was
6.6
there,
threes.
Yeah,
they
I
played
think-
again the night before, that night after. And
then
then
they
just
just played,
they-
yeah.
yeah. The NBA
Yeah.
is so weird with the scheduling.
They getting that shit out the way.
I just
Yeah,
don't,
they have played 3 times in the first
They
week
said
and
they-
a half.
This Anthony Simons,
That's
Brandon Ingram shit, we getting this.
We
out of
need
the way.
this.
Well, it's probably good though when you think about the travel between
'Cause
where
who better,
Portland
P?
is
Who
and
better?
where New Orleans is.
Huh?
Ask her who better.
Shout out to Trey Murphy for that quote though. That's some real homie stuff right there. After your man's hit a game winner in his baby mama's arena.
Hey, bro,
yeah.
don't ever do no shit like that with me. Because I don't give a fuck what she think at that point.
He said,
You-
ask her who
He
better.
cared.
But if I who
Brandon Ingram probably cared a little bit. That's probably why he said that.
that I know. So it's like if he don't now imagine if he don't care.
Yeah.
Now it made you think that it looked like he
We
cared.
need,
No,
we need like a 30 for 30 to come out. Like they had the timeout prior. He's like, I need you to set this screen. I need Anthony on me. I'm a game his ass.
Y'all guess his 4, Brandon Ingram's 4 nicknames on Basketball Reference.
Tiny dog,
Tiny Dog,
Oh no.
Slender man.
Slender Man.
Oh.
Mm.
I was going to
I
say
don't-
Slim Reaper, but
B.I.
that's KD.
No,
I don't know the rest.
Baby KD.
one of them is Kingram,
Okay, he's
I
from
ain't heard that
Kingston.
one
He
before.
He's from Kingston, North Carolina.
and lastly, Humble Beast.
Yeah, he fucks with G Herbo. That's it. Him and G Herbo like this.
Okay.
They
I
like that.
remember, yeah, you definitely right, bro. Because I
Yeah.
swear, it was a time, especially when he was on, might have been the Lakers.
Uh-huh.
He had a lot of like lives or whatever where he had G Herbo
Yeah.
with him or whatever.
Baby and Herb is his. He loved the early drill Herb. and
That's pretty
shit.
funny.
So
But I just saw Humble Beast. I was like, yeah, D
the
Millie.
shoes, the
That's
KDs.
funny.
Humble beast, that's Herbo.
Did you watch college basketball?
No, because
I
there's
mean, like
15 NBA
when I
games
say
on.
watch, you
Oh
know what
yeah,
I
in the
mean.
morning I watched a lot of W. The women, just because they tipped off at 9 o'clock.
I was like, I said something on Twitter, like, yeah, I'm gonna tune into the Juju Watkins shit. Then I had like did something and I picked up my phone and the game was over. I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't realize
they
y'all was
played
playing
against
that.
Ole Miss, and when they tipped off, they said Ole Miss was towards the bottom of the entire Division I basketball, and 3-pointers made per game. I'm like, damn, bro, it's like 300 teams, and y'all was towards the bottom. And
Somebody
then
gotta be.
That's what they did. They
Shot
they
threes.
They hit threes this game. They still lost, but they hit threes this game. I thought it was pretty cool.
Y'all.
Ole Miss was a team that I was intrigued when I was growing up. Because they had this white boy on their team that could just like shoot.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
Henderson.
Yeah.
Forget his first name.
He had like a funky shot too.
It was like number
That's-
22.
That's
Yeah.
That's so random.
Yeah, let me find his name because he
yeah, he was
he had so much energy too. He'd make
Yeah.
a three. Yeah, I know exactly what
He
you're
was
talking about.
torching that thing. I was like, man, I want to go to Ole Miss.
I think college basketball is gonna have
Marshall
to be
Henderson.
Yeah.
Marshall Henderson. I love that you made my day with that, Derek, because that's not a person that
That's
I would
so
ever
random.
know that you fucking know. Marshall Henderson had game. Look at this type of person he
Yes.
was.
He,
He made a three doing
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Remember?
remember
Yeah.
him.
He can hoop,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, I
He can
remember
hoop
him.
for real.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I do remember him.
Marshall
That's
Henderson.
funny. I subscribed to like some Substacks that'll keep me up to date with college basketball.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I'll get around to actually watching other than weekend like matinee games because they tip off at the same time as the NBA. But like I'm locked in more than ever, but like I'm still not gonna be locked in because it's hard.
Oh yeah, you gotta take baby steps, man. You
15
gotta progress.
NBA games and then 300 college basketball games at the same time. What do you
Somebody
think?
doing it.
Nah.
Somebody doing it.
I was watching both of them,
There you go.
but it's only what people gotta do is not put too much on their plate. Just do what you can handle. I don't really feel like
There's no way like dissecting every possession of every game is just overkill.
I don't have to do that right.
Yeah.
That's not my job to do.
Especially like once you already seen a team so many times, and it's different when it just first started, but like you kind of get the grasp of what a team's identity is and what they actually do. So if I know like they're down 15 or down 20, probably because that same reason where they can't defend or they literally can't shoot.
I don't think that's a good approach to the thing though.
I'm not saying I watch them, but it's every possession I think doesn't have to be too looked into.
No, I would
That-
never
that's- I
say
think
that.
that's
yeah,
more
you
so my
gotta
point than
rewind
it's just
every
like-
possession.
No, yeah, I like to just know it. I like to know the reasoning behind things.
Right.
That's all I really want to know. But I don't cover a specific team. Even the Knicks. I'm a big Knicks fan. But if there's something on the agenda for me to watch, NBA or college basketball related, that to me is more important than a Knicks game, I will tune into that. But like last night, I felt like I had enough going on where I felt like I was involved in the NBA and enough for me on a college level. Did I watch nearly as much college basketball? No. But I had the ACC on and I watched the Duke game and I watched the North Carolina game. But there are moments in those games, because they're so much better than who they were playing, where I was able to turn over and then get involved into the LeBron.
I also watch Maine.
Pistons.
I watch Maine's women's team. They play in a really cool arena where it's like kind of like a coliseum in a way.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like the seats are up top. And
Like
there's
Argo.
a big wall. Yes. I was like,
Oh,
damn, that
yeah.
shit. But it makes the court itself look very small. Like there's a small amount of room between where the court ends and where the
wall starts.
The most unique court I've seen, and all y'all should look. You don't have to watch the game. Vanderbilt.
Yes, bro. Don't they got like the step? Or like it's like on a platform in a way?
And the team bench is behind the rim.
Yes.
And not on, that's usually on the side of the court.
It's weird.
It's under the rim, like far. It's very weird. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely think you can't assume, because it sounded like what you were saying was assume. Hey, these motherfuckers can't shoot, so they must be down 17 because they can't shoot. I'm not going to assume. I would rather much more
But
time.
it's like you just kind of figure some teams out like along the way, and you just kind of know a little bit about them. But my thing was literally just like every possession don't got to be looked into. I think a lot of people think too hard about the game of basketball.
I'm only speaking for us, because
Yeah.
there are some people that will cover a team and every possession does matter for them.
Yeah,
That their job is to singularly cover the San Antonio Spurs.
I would say.
So their priority is to watch the Spurs over anything and to know exactly what's going on. We have a different responsibility where we cover the entire league. So it's like, but I'm saying this, last night was a rarity. I knew last night was only going to be 30 games. I know no games is coming on tomorrow. So I committed that. My whole day, even with my family, hey, let's do some shit right now, because once that 6 o'clock comes,
That's the same way.
I'm sitting down.
I was exactly on the same
But
thing.
when we get to Friday, I'm not finna feel like I need to have every game on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just choose the one that I want.
try to pick, if it's a big slate, like 8 to 10 games, I try to pick 4 to like watch.
Yeah.
And then the rest I'll catch up with.
Because
the
it's
next
probably
day.
going to be like 2 blowouts. that you
I
probably
usually
don't really
look.
have to
Or
put
if a
in.
game is
I
close,
love flipping
it's-
through.
If a game is close, it's especially if it's in the fourth, it's different. But it's like if there's a bunch of games on, I usually go like, which games do I actually want to watch, or do I think it's gonna matter? If it's whatever the Nets Raptors, I'm probably tuning in a different game unless that game really gets down
Yeah,
close. Or
if
something
it's
like
close
that.
with 6 minutes left, that's when I'll come
Yeah.
in. And then the next day, some days I still don't, but like the next day I might watch the first 3.5 quarters to figure out
Yep.
why it was
That's
close.
exactly it right there.
I feel like that's the best way to do
I
it.
don't put no pressure on myself, because that next day, like tomorrow, so just hypothetically, some shit happened tonight. It won't, because there's no games. I don't have the pressure, because tomorrow, Wednesday at 8:40, I have nothing to do.
Yeah.
So I go into my laptop. I don't go to the PC, because that's how I get distracted. I've done that, and I got distracted with y'all ass. A couple of y'all join a party. Next thing you know, I'm not watching the Magic versus whoever and seeing what I'm trying to look for. I'm now in a fucking rec game.
Yeah.
So I'll just go to my laptop, eat my breakfast, and I have my methods to show me how to watch. I'm not watching I don't want to watch a condensed game. Sometimes there's shit that I really want to watch. I use the high-low. High-low gonna let me see every possession in the way I want to see it. I can rewind. That's how I watch my shit. But some nights you do end up seeing like, oh, I ain't got to keep up with that shit, man.
That's how I
Like,
felt
I-
yesterday morning, because the games on Sunday were so bad.
Yeah.
That I was like, there's nothing I can watch in this game that I'm gonna learn anything. So I'm just not. And I know at 6 o'clock we have 15 fucking games. So let me chill and not be working this morning.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm gonna be working all night. And then tomorrow, when there's no games, the shit that I missed, like the Pacers versus Mavericks, I'll watch that. And I feel like
I
that's
agree.
the best way to do it.
I be finding shit that I just want to dive into. So if it ain't no games, like yesterday, I was going over Bilal Coulibaly and how he's having his success and what his shit is looking like, and the difference between his shooting and him getting to the rim and his shot profile. Same thing I did with Bam a couple days ago. It's just always something to know and tap into, and I just be looking around and try to see shit that catch my eye or that I might have not seen how it's happening. Trey Mann having success, I want to see how the success happening, because obviously I'm not watching every single Hornets game, because they be getting their ass torched like last night.
In that first half of that Clippers Spurs game, I might have to go back and watch that, because James Harden, that had to
How
be.
do you have 0 assists?
Yeah,
I don't see a world where
Wemby
James
was
Harden goes
stopping,
into a half with
Zoom.
0
Yeah, the
assists.
pick and
But
roll
yeah,
was
Wemby
working.
had to be one of the reasons why because that pick and roll was
Zook
done.
started off like 4-14.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He took 14 shots at early.
He kept going.
Yeah.
Block, get it back, go up. I respected it because you definitely can't start shying away. I don't want
you got to
Zubac
keep
to
going at him.
be floating and all
I
that.
mean, he
type
got
of
that
shit.
one, and it was just like, and one.
Here,
That probably felt good as hell, too.
here are a list of disappointing players so far this season for me. Fred VanVleet. He's still towards the top of the league in minutes per game. And you can tell that he still has somewhat of a positive impact. But the fact that his shot is off and he's still, I mean, you want to shoot through slumps, but sometimes he's a guy that will take a 29-foot three-pointer early in the shot clock. You're like, what the hell is going on?
He did take one a few games ago where he actually won in the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what incentivized him to keep going. And I understand. I'm not telling him not to do it, but
The only thing I don't like about that situation is that they do have Reed Shepherd. And I'm not saying Reed Shepherd needs to.
Reed Shepard's actually been playing a lot more minutes.
He's been increasing. I want to see more and more, especially on nights where it seemed like.
I mean, that Warriors game, Ime was like Şengün, Jalen Green.
Sit down.
Y'all sit down. This Tyrese and Amin Thompson thing.
And
is
you
the
know
reason
what's
why we win the
crazy to
game.
me, KB? Something just told me. I don't know why. I had a sixth sense. So during that game and during that run, I went to Twitter and I went to search and I put in Şengün. You won't believe how trashed Ime was getting because he was not playing him. And it was mind-blowing to me. Like, again, this is the fandom world where it's working.
Yeah.
But because we like
Down 31.
Şengün and he's not in the game, it's a problem. They didn't care that they was coming back. It's like, man, Ime don't know what he's doing. He can't coach his team. Here is he doing it again, sitting. I was like, it was like.
That's actually good coaching. Why would I sit the guys that then helped us come back from this lead? That's just gonna kill our whole rhythm. The starters clearly weren't doing shit to where this league got completely out of control. Why would I now ruin that momentum and just put them in? They're probably cold too.
One of the last teams I played for Hinsdale South, a coach lost a team doing that. So what happened was, the starters. I was injured. The starters gave up a lead, and we was playing like Proviso East, and the league got big. So you do the whole, the starters ain't gonna play.
Platoon substitution. All five of y'all get y'all ass out.
Ontario and them brought the game back. You know what our coach did?
He put
the starters back in.
No.
And
Back to 0-0.
Guess what the starters did?
Did it
Got
again.
their ass blown out again.
Yeah.
I was a part of one of those platoon substitutions
You
sophomore year.
lose your what happened?
I got ripped up and it gave up an and one that sat down like 40
Oh,
seconds
well, you
later.
should have got your ass sat down.
Yeah,
I'm talking
I should have
about
been the point guard. That's the
when
real
a
thing.
team has the success and now it's like, oh shit, let's give the starters a chance based off what the reserves did. I feel like as a coach, you lose players by doing it because what do they tell you? To earn more minutes, you got to show that you. This is me showing it, and now you taking it away from a motherfucker who gave up the lead.
Yeah, I never thought really kind of like if you earn that lead back, you should be given the reward to try the chance to win the game.
Yeah.
You know, I always thought about that as like, and it's always hard to kind of like really justify it, even if you do win, just because you know that's like your max player that's sitting on the bench. But I always been like,
it's not an every game situation.
It's not.
You know?
It's not. But I've always been like, just play the players that are playing the best on the court. Like I'm a real situational type dude.
I remember watching a game once with the Spurs. They were playing the Bulls, and I was watching on TV. This is like older Spurs where they still had Timmy Manu. They had got a big lead on the Bulls, so Pop put in the second unit. The Bulls put in a second unit, but then the Bulls came back, and Pop is standing on the sideline pissed. But he not bringing in the starters to like, because I gave y'all like a 20-point cushion. How y'all blow this in like 5 minutes? Y'all got to fix this shit. And they ended up winning the game, but you could tell that Pop was pissed.
I've seen Pop do a lot of them platoon subs, or like where his stars weren't doing. He's just like, you know what? Come on.
I think you benefit from that as a team because, like, especially in the NBA, where it's so, to go so far, you need a team effort. Like, unless you're Boston, and even then, they have this team effort where Sam Hauser can be a difference maker, Peyton Pritchard, Xavier Tillman can make plays. I think that comes from being able to give guys some opportunity and let them earn that trust. Let guys fail. Sometimes you're gonna have a lead and you blow it. What you gonna do? You know what I mean? We're not always gonna be in a situation where we can just run our starters to save the day. Majority of teams, again, there are certain teams like you look at the Boston Celtics or OKC Thunder, and it may look like, or the Cavs, it may look like you can just run the starters.
And that's one of the reasons why I really like the Rockets, because I feel like they just have bench. They have the ability to run out there with not all their starters and get really good production.
Yes, they do.
There was a site I just signed up for. I forgot the password. It says all my passwords are G.
You don't look in your password log? Did you save it in your phone?
I don't save them anymore because I don't know how the hell I got hacked. So
But your phone saves them.
I don't save them anymore, Michael.
Like when I ask you?
Yeah, I just say no.
Okay.
But the reason I want to bring that up because it showed like one of the things that it shows you like the full rotations of every single team, and it's like Have you ever played the 2K thing and you adjust the rotation?
Yeah.
You have
It's
to.
like that, and it's like real. And
Oh, I just seen that shit too.
So like you could put players into a lineup and see like
no.
how they
We can
all-
say Houston Rockets, and we'll see what Ema's like.
Bro,
Yeah,
oh,
we see where
I
single
kid you
comes
not,
out.
I
and he
just
comes back
had
in.
that. What website is that?
It's called NBA Visuals. That's the one I've been. Maybe there's another place. NBA
Yeah, it
Visuals
wasn't
is
NBA
the-
Visuals for
subscription,
me.
like,
It's you have to pay like $5 a month.
That's a cool thing.
They got a lot of features. It's not a plug.
Was
well, I
it,
guess it is, but
I think you could do that on PFB.
That's super cool.
maybe you
'cause
can.
I
That's a
think
free
you
site.
can. I think you can.
I like when coaches be having like their rotations down. It's like, man, Kevin Durant, he played a whole first quarter, or Devin Booker, he coming out at the 7-minute mark because he come back in with the bench unit and he do like. I love when coaches got that like down to a T.
yeah, you kind of have to, especially when you're talking about a whole 82 game season.
Mhm.
Guys gotta get their rest. You can't just play them because like the Portland Trailblazers did a thing where Dame would play the whole first quarter. CJ comes out at like the 7-minute mark. Then when Dame come out at the end of the quarter, CJ now runs with the bench unit. Like Terry Stotts had a good little rotation.
How much
like
you
that.
think they improvise on that? Like,
If a guy got a hot hand, they probably do throw it out the window a little bit.
and I asked this too because I remember you yesterday when we was watching the Bulls game. He was like, "What the hell is this lineup?" And it's
Yes.
just like when they put that on paper, do they actually think like, "Let's run this," or is that like we kind of gotta run this lineup
Eric,
right now?
it was
oh yeah, you was talking about
it
wasn't
was Julian Phillips, Dalen Terry, THT, Patrick Williams, and Jalen Smith. What the hell is that lineup doing for you?
I
on the
think Billy
basketball
Donovan was
court?
just trying some shit.
Yeah. And listen,
Yeah.
we're a bad team
Yeah,
regardless.
they're a bad team.
but
He's just trying some
it's
stuff.
just it was a rough watch because we were also
Yeah, I
going
think I
against the
had
worst
said, I
team.
said that sounds like a G League roster.
Yeah, and it could be. All right, here's another player that's disappointed so far this season. D'Angelo Russell. We already talked about him. It usually is just at least a decent regular season player. This season, that has not been the case. Can't hit a shot. Obviously, he's never going to give you nothing defensively. So where's the true value? Other than that one pass he threw to LeBron that got chased down blocked.
D'Lo's always streaky though. Might just be a cold stretch for him because when he do got it rolling, he have a few weeks where he going crazy. It's like you kind of forget about it. He's always a up and down player.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think the thing for me is just like the fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. Well, y'all know how it goes.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
the other way
so
around.
it was so hilarious last night, man. Mike was he was raving about D'Angelo Russell off of 2 passes.
Yeah,
and that
those
shit,
passes were clean.
He can pass
But-
the ball, but other than that, he's not a really knockdown shooter.
Well, the problem is y'all have so much playmaking already between Bron and Austin Reeves that like some of the D'Angelo Russell playmaking is nullified because that's just not what his role is.
Yeah.
I remember the one pass when he was in college. I still think about that
I was
shit
gonna
every
say
time I
he's
see
still
him.
living
When
off that
he-
one pass where
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
still living off that one pass.
Next guy on the list, I already mentioned Brook Lopez doesn't look nearly the same. Dante DiVincenzo can't hit a 3 right now. Not worried about it, but it's just, talk about disappointments so far. He, as
I'm
a
gonna
three-point
add,
shooter, has been
KCP to that list that just can't
Hey,
hit a shot.
very
man.
next name on my
Can't
list.
hit a shot, man.
Tavius Caldwell Pope.
I was thinking too, and hypothetically say he has a very similar start and he's still on the Nuggets. Do you think the Nuggets are in the same similar situation than they are? Because I would say the shooting has been a problem for them, and if Jamal
think it-
Murray
changes their depth where now Christian Brown is
Mhm.
coming off the bench. And Christian Brown has been pretty good this
Real.
year. But him as a
He
bench
has.
player makes it so much easier for
Yeah.
the team. So maybe
And
they're
you're not
one
relying
game
on Christian
better.
Brown to actually make shots. He
Mhm.
can just actually
you
come
still
in
need
and
you still
be
need
that energy
Jamal and KCP to make shots.
Next guy on my list, Jamal Murray.
Yeah,
Where's he at? Injured currently.
Yeah.
Concussion. Get well soon.
Yeah.
But before he had that, which is not looking good.
it just looked like he lost a step.
Yes, he looks slower. They had
What
that-
if that's him?
it might be.
Yeah,
I mean, at this point, we're going on 7 months, 8 months of it.
I just feel like the league kind of just figured it out with him. They be staying in front of him.
Damn, figured it out. What if he just lost a step?
It's hard to change the way you play when you
Yeah.
don't realize that you're not the same.
I mean, James Harden has kind of changed how he plays. in a
I
way.
honestly, I think
Yeah.
I would say this
Yeah, you
is
both did like
this is
Cause,
the
like,
exact
no, I
James
feel
Harden
like-
I thought it would be.
No, I'm saying in a way where he's not taking the threes that he was, but he's now getting to the mid range and he's taking the contested mid range.
He take them threes.
He
brother.
do take them, but we've seen James Harden get to the mid range shot a lot more.
Okay.
than he
Well,
has
I
back
think
get it.
a part of that too, because you're right, is just he used to be at the rim, but now he don't really get to the rim, so he kind of got to like use his
'cause-
body a lot more.
that probably is it because the threes are still there, for sure.
Another guy for me,
Tough threes too.
Denny of Dia has been.
Denny's on my list.
Denny has been very. disappointing
He was our
this year.
best player. Hey man,
I think that was a Centel thing, by the way. The Chauncey Billups. He's our
No.
best player. I'm pretty sure that was Centel.
no,
I have Centel blocked and I saw it. So
right.
Oh, okay.
I don't know though. Maybe I'm
Let's
wrong.
see.
Because if somehow or another, I don't think I have him blocked. I think I have him muted. But just so I don't get fooled by any bullshit on my timeline.
Maybe.
No, Chauncey Billups, the coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, did not call Denny the team's best
Okay.
player.
So maybe not Centeo, but somebody made that
Oh,
up.
that shit got through to me somehow. I don't know how that got through to me.
I thought that was a real report, though.
I thought it was too.
Oh, it is, because soon after on social media, Billups' words became, Denny Avia is probably the best player on the team given his skill set and the way he plays. On Tuesday, Billups said he never labeled Avia as the team's best player. Denny is one of our better players. So somebody took whatever he said and reported it wrong.
Just changed the wording a
they
little
changed
bit.
the words for
Okay.
clicks. Okay.
But yeah, he's also been disappointing so far to start the season.
Yeah, I think, let me see, the shooting splits are terrible.
It's
like
really
he's shooting
bad.
18% from three,
Yeah.
34% from the field. He's giving you 10 points a game, which last year he gave you 14 points a game. He is shooting the free throws a lot better. He shot 74 last year. He's shooting 86 this year. But when you're talking about a guy last year where we were talking about, is this shooting real? He shot almost 40% at 37%. He's now shooting it at 18, so that's a big drop.
Yeah, James shooting 9 threes a game on 29%.
And that's higher because he hit some last night.
I got a guy that I want to say is disappointing in a way because I think we were talking about him yesterday. Defensively, Alex Sarr can hang.
Yes.
Ain't no question about that. At 7 foot,
I
you're
didn't know
shooting
this was-
30%?
I ain't know this conversation was going to be made public. I wasn't ready to have it public.
That's fine.
I think it's worth it.
public.
I mean, yeah, offensively, he's
You're
nothing
taking
right
he's
now.
10 shots a game, 5 of them are threes. He's hitting like
Okay.
barely
let's
20%.
Let's talk about it. I was a big advocate for this draft class because I think that there's going to be a lot of good supporting cast players, and I stand on that.
Right.
I think you can have a good draft class without having a Victor Wembanyama or Paulo Banchero because the NBA is majority role players, and we're seeing a lot of good players who just need help, right? You know what I'm saying? Alex Sarr is a guy that I did think was going to look a lot better, but it's only the first year or whatever. But I do watch him, and I do say to myself, and this is how the conversation happened, where I'm looking, and I even ask y'all, and I'll ask the people of the public, it's not to tear down a rookie in the first 7 games of his career,
No, not
but
at
we're
all.
just assessing what we have in front of us. And based off what I've seen on defense, extremely versatile. He's going to be really good defensively for you. I don't know what the hell where he's going to hang his hat on offensively.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going to be able to do. We seen a possession where he airballed a 3. Somehow they got the ball back. He went down into the paint, got an offensive rebound, went up, he missed. Got it again, went up, he missed. He's taking 5 threes a game.
That's my biggest thing.
I don't think I've seen him make one personally when I've watched.
He's shooting like 20% or something like that.
This-
But my thing is there's no way you're shooting 30% at damn near 7 foot. Like, it's just at some point you got to kind of put the ball in the cup. I really
I'm
don't
trying to
care.
figure out, I be trying to figure out similarities of different players where, even though it's bad right now, I could see a world where you're like this. I don't see
Yeah.
that world yet for him. He would have to make extreme jumps. And I'm disappointed, and I was feeling that way last night because this is a guy that when I watched him leading up to the draft with his film, there was some things like, okay, he'll be able to make a jump shot. He looked like he could take some guys off the dribble and get to the rim. The NBA is just it's a different monster, and I haven't been able to see anything like that where it gives me some confidence.
I mean,
Well, one thing about him that always confused me is when the whole offseason he kind of forced his way to not go to the Hawks. I thought the Hawks would have been an okay situation for him where he can play with a guy that's going to facilitate and get him the ball and make it easy. Playing in Washington, ain't nobody that really
I
facilitate.
mean, yeah, I think they've doing a pretty good job.
Yeah,
Their core
I
looks good.
like him with them more than the Hawks because you do
I mean,
have Jalen Johnson,
yeah.
Double O, Clint
Because he
Capella.
wants, as of right now in his career, he wants to be more of a 4. Now, yeah, I started at the 5 quite a bit,
Yeah.
but he wants to be more of a 4, and there's just not room for him and Jalen Johnson.
I get that, but also I think playing with a real point guard who's going to make it easier for you.
He's going to
is
have
just-
time, though,
He does have time.
especially because he's growing with the guard. Pause. But he's going to be in a situation
Yeah.
where he's developing
Hell,
with
Trey Young
Bud.
guys might not be there for much longer.
That too. That was another reason why it made some sense because all my projections say that Trey Young won't be a Hawk for a long time. Even though I wouldn't mind it, I think Trey Young, I'm not a guy that anytime things get tough, you go. Because I do think there's some things that I like. I like Dyson Daniels next to him. I don't know what their draft capital of control is going
And
to
the
be.
Cavs made it.
That's kind of it's just like we like Dyson Daniels.
I like Jalen Johnson as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I
for
like
sure.
what Zachary Richardson has displayed because he's not like the number one pick running off with the award,
He
but
shoot
he
like
shows some
20% from
traits, some
think
traits that's like
When I think about the Cavs and stuff, and obviously they got a lot more than other teams, but it's like they one of them teams that's like, you should probably keep it together for 3-4 years and see how it pans out instead of rushing after that 1 or 2.
I've been saying this whole time, and everybody called me crazy. Not y'all specifically,
yeah.
but
I heard you say they need to trade Jared Allen.
fuck out of here.
You ain't never say that. I'm being serious.
I
right
believe. Well, I think I might have said. it.
There was
I think
talks
you
about
probably just
Darius
said that
Garland being a
Evan-
Spur, man.
Evan Mobley's growth could then open the door to explore trades for Jared Allen.
Just like I'm just not a fan of because they're still such a young core forward.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense to me to be like they can't coexist because last year they were great together.
Also,
It's
what
always
is
been
won't
weird
help.
to me.
also where are you pivoting to? What are
Yeah.
you doing?
Mhm.
Because it was like the Brandon Ingram for Jared
Yeah.
Allen
Yeah, it's
conversation.
so
and then
much
Jared
going
Allen
on.
signed.
There's like I don't even where is Brandon Ingram the
Hell no, he doesn't
No.
do anything for the team.
And
So it's
Brandon
like-
Ingram wouldn't even fit on this team, honestly. I know. It was like
relax. Brandon Ingram fits anywhere. Brandon
in
Ingram's
your,
a basketball
in your
player.
world, I guess, but I don't think he fits perfectly on this team.
Oh, perfectly is.
Because then I think you have too many guys who want to do the same thing at that point.
I mean, I hear what you're
Brandon
saying.
Ingram,
I didn't say he
Donovan
fits
Mitchell,
perfectly, but I see a world where he'd be effective. I don't think he's gonna go to the Cavs and just be not on shit. He's one of the top basketball players.
He just doesn't change their ceiling or floor.
Yeah, that's more appropriate. What I was thinking, but
I think they more so need that Isaiah Okoro at that 3 spot. Brandon Ingram ain't
Tell him that his ass only played when 3 people are injured.
Yeah.
No cares
I-
Bird,
I
no
think-
Dean Wade.
I
Here
think
we go.
that's telling. Isaac Okoro has limitations. We looking at what he did a couple possessions. I mean, not a couple, but for possessions on Dame. But he has shortcomings.
He shot it well last year and still like he's not out of the rotation. But when you shoot it that well and you're that good defensively, I just assumed that he would be the starter once Max Strus went out. Like, no, we're gonna put Dean Wade in there. And it's
Because
worked.
You know they
he's a
love
guy
D
that no
Wade.
matter what the
I love D
he's a
Wade,
guy
too.
that when you scout for them, you don't care about the percentages. I always liked Isaac Okoro because he's a really good cutter.
Yeah.
But I think he's a guy that Isaac Okoro can shoot 42%.
he's never gonna be respected.
1 point. Yes, it's not like we got a scheme for
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell. We ain't buying into that shit.
At least Dean Wade's like actual shooter.
Dean Wade be knocking. I love when they start Dean Wade.
Yeah, same.
Like,
They're such a big team.
Yes,
Yeah.
really good teams always find a guy like Dean Wade you put in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
It's almost like a. Nah, I can't say that. Never mind.
Another guy. A lot of these 3-point shooters haven't been well. Gary Trent Jr. We already mentioned the 1 for 10 night that he had a little while ago.
Yeah.
Also, just not living up to the hype, I guess,
I
for
don't
him
remember
being
what
there
he-
on the minimum.
What did he shoot
It
last
really hasn't
night?
been the same for a couple years now.
What'd you say?
I really
yeah,
like
then-
Gary Trent Jr. hasn't really been the same.
At least
for-
one thing you can say,
he
he
was
was be able to shoot
Last
it.
night was 1 for 7.
Yeah.
So I guess he's gonna make 1 field goal at least.
I used to really like Gary Trent, man.
Which the Portland version? Or are you gonna say like
Yeah,
the early Raptor
Yeah, my
version?
favorite version is the Portland version.
Mhm.
Yeah,
23%
it's probably
from
not
three.
fully over, but this was like a bet on yourself type deal that he took.
It's
Obviously,
we 7 games in. He's got a
yeah,
lot
it's so
of time
early.
to change it.
He has so much time to change.
And this
Port-
is such an outlier. He always has shot 40% from 3. So
The
I don't think
Portland
he fall
version
off that much.
Is definitely my favorite because he wasn't like a household name yet, and he earned it just playing defense.
Yeah,
and
I-
the
shit, I
the
still think-
defensive side is where he earned it.
You think he's a household name?
Who, Gary Trent?
Nah,
Okay.
no. Well,
Nah,
I mean, he was more than what he was.
Sure. Yeah. I can agree with that.
because I don't remember where was he drafted at. Like, was he?
Second round came
Yeah.
out of Duke. He didn't have
Oh.
a really good freshman year at Duke. It was a stacked team. I was thoroughly impressed that he
He's
was
definitely
able to find it.
overachieved being a second round pick.
Yeah.
A lot of second round picks don't make it this far. So
No, he went out and like Mike said, he earned it. I was very surprised when he did that.
When you talk about DJ Augustin retired from the NBA,
Congratulations to DJ Augustine, man.
congrats,
Congratulations.
favorite DJ Augustin moment.
man.
Real
Winning
pro.
that game 1 against the Raptors.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like
in
When
Filas.
he was starting for the Bulls.
yeah. Hey,
Oh,
he had a
yeah.
couple 30-point games for us. Don't sleep, bro.
I like DJ Augustine at Texas, and I liked him with the Bobcats.
Yeah,
I was watching a Gerald Wallace Bobcats game, and they was playing against Gilbert Arenas. They was kind of going back and forth. Bobcats had a really good year that year, man. It was fun.
what was the roster looking like?
It was Raymond Felton, Gerald Wallace, I think DJ Augustine, Steven Jackson. They had some guys on that team. Team made the playoff. Tyson Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was nice.
Shout out to Bobcats, man. Bring him back.
I love their little color scheme.
You know the story? There's a whole video on Secret Labs about the Bobcats. It's like a 4-hour documentary. And the reason why their name was the Bobcats because the dude that owned the team name was Robert. And Robert shorts to Bob, and they just wanted to be about him. And then his color scheme, he picked it. Like, he literally, I like these colors.
He did a good job.
I
with
like
the
the
colors.
color scheme. Yeah, the color scheme was
I might
nice.
make our pro-am team that we don't play on no more those colors.
Yeah. It's a dead team. It's a dead game.
Hey, shout out to
Bro,
Darrick.
we got a platinum team we don't play on.
Shout out to Darrick. Darrick be trying to get us to play. It be y'all there.
Don't say y'all.
Nah, it be Mike here.
Okay.
I'm always down to run.
Okay.
When I put it in there, it'd be crickets now.
What a sentence. When I put it in there, it'd be crickets.
I mean,
Yo,
we usually be
Here's a couple.
we usually be in the
Here's a couple
Discord.
reasons. We be on the game. You don't play. So instead of asking, get on the game. You also ask and don't be ready to play. He said,
Yeah, I had to go wash the dishes or something. It took you like an hour.
Well, no, I did that, and I was looking at the Discord. I was like, ain't nobody joined the Discord, so I'm like, I'm gonna just. But y'all was in the other Discord.
Yeah, fuck joining. It'll tell you online.
Hey, how
online.
long does it take you to join the Discord, KB?
1 click? 2 clicks? 30 seconds? Not even?
Like 2 seconds to join the Discord. That thing go get cracking real quick.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is, if you want people to be in the Discord, just go.
Join in. Yeah. Sometimes it don't be
I'll
nobody
just
in
be
there.
sitting
I'll
in
just
there.
sit in there. I'll
me
just
too.
join in there. Somebody gonna join eventually.
Somebody gonna join. I'm not join. Unless I'm waiting for people to get on. I'm not joining an empty Discord. I'll just listen to music or edit a video or do something. But if you in there, KB in there, I'll join. Even if y'all ain't talking, we'll be just mute up together until more people join. But if it's 2, then the third gonna come and the fourth one, we got some shit jumping. I also wouldn't be opposed to playing that game we played. What was that game we played?
Where we had to go around. You
Oh,
talking
when
about
we
we did on
when we was killing each other.
Yes.
Not Derek. John said there's another party game, Liars
protocols? Was it protocol or something?
Bar? Protocol something. Something protocol.
Yeah.
That game was fun, bro.
But I'm saying, John said there's another party game that we would all like, and I ain't seen no footage of it.
Who is he playing it with though?
You know,
he might
be
have just
playing
seen a
with-
video.
Oh.
and
He
like-
also be playing with random people.
He do.
So we should, I love a good
Same.
party night.
Because that
where it's
protocol game was fun as hell.
Yeah.
I told D Mills, I said, I was the killer. I said, Kyron just tried to kill me, D Mills. He immediately went to Kyron and started whacking him. Kyron what you on?
I remember Pierre. He,
Lockdown
was he
protocol.
told me, "Hey, D
There it
Mills,
was.
come with me. We finna go do this thing together." We walked back into this room. Bro just killed me.
It's so crazy how much you can lose the trust of your homies, bro. One of the tasks was you need somebody to stand, and then somebody has to direct him what.
Yeah.
Kyron was so scared of me. I'm like, bro, I'm literally not the killer, bro. Just listen so we can get out of here with this task.
Kyron was like, bro, Kyron was acting real weird and I was like, why you doing like that? Why you got that in your hand? Because I had a weapon. I was like, I could have killed you right there. He was like, no, you couldn't. I'm like, what? He just pulls out one of them pistols. I'm like, bro, you just walking around with that. Like, people gonna think you the killer, bro.
Hey, when I found the gun, I put that shit in my backpack.
Me too.
I just kept it on me.
But ain't nothing funnier than when people don't know you the killer and you making it be somebody. I had my greatest game was I was a killer. And somebody, I think it was Kyron, somebody positioned themselves as the killer. They was tweaking. And
Kyron was always tweaking, by the way.
And I was making it, and so I was able to manipulate everybody
Kyron
else.
did no tasks, by the way, ever.
He just stood around and turned on the fucking
Kyron
radio.
was walking around with a knife and turning on the radio. And I'm like, I was a killer, and I'm like, oh, I can use this. Look, he's the killer, y'all. He's the killer. So everybody started looking at him, and they was joining up, and I just started whacking everybody from behind.
You started killing people that wasn't the killer just cause.
Yeah, he killed me.
I'm the killer.
No, one of
No,
the times
he
you wasn't
wasn't.
the killer.
Oh, because
You
I got
somehow
extra
just
paranoid.
killed me.
Yeah, I got paranoid.
I did that too.
Y'all be moving weird. If you're not the killer, just do your task.
God, what did I do?
Motherfuckers be, what you doing over there? Why you care if you ain't the killer?
Among Us was the best one.
That was elite too.
Yeah.
That was elite too.
Unfortunately, there's no going back and reliving those days.
People was Among Us characters for Halloween I was seeing in my neighborhood. I'm like,
Oh, really?
y'all late.
I saw them exact people then.
Oh, okay.
Because it was right by your crib. And,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We saw the same people. Was that on the way home from the podcast?
Huh?
Was it on the way home from here that you saw them?
No, I saw them when we actually was trick-or-treating.
Interesting.
They must have just been out all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I also seen them somewhere else.
We didn't even go trick or treating that long. We
10
went trick or
minutes.
treating for like 4 houses.
Yeah.
I went to a
And then
haunted
came back in the
house.
Oh, you
Oh,
went
you
to a
did?
haunted house?
I went to Hell's Gate.
Where's it at?
It's in
Is it like far?
Lockport.
Oh, it
So
was.
it's like
place.
that's like south of us or something
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, so you basically go to the spot and you get on a bus and it takes you like 10, 15 minutes deep into this forest, and it's like a haunted house that's kind of like remade from a mansion.
Yeah.
And so it was pretty dope. As a person that likes horror movies, like haunted houses aren't scary at all. At least
really?
that one, that was very mid. Like,
I don't know if I can handle a haunted house to a certain degree because I don't.
You know
like
what?
Don't touch me.
I mean, they're not supposed to
They
touch
don't.
you.
They don't.
You know what?
You go to a crazy one, they start touching.
When we went to ours, I think we was like in the first in line or whatever.
Yes,
so
we were.
like they had groups or whatever. They had like groups of 8, and you go on a single file line, and you kind of like experience it like that. These was like they just had a bunch of lines. So like I'll see somebody reacting or going through the experience of like getting the jump scare, and
So
it's
you
just
already
like
know what's happening.
I already know it's coming. So you just kind of like walk through it. The best thing is always when they got the chainsaw and they're trying to chase you
Yeah,
with it.
that's
That's
fun.
the best part.
They be on here saying I look like LaMarcus Aldridge. My my mentions are thought this was Pee Wee. Thought this was like I don't
Y'all don't even have the same skin tone.
Mhm.
Y'all don't even have
look
the
at all
same
these
face.
tweets. Thought that was Pee Wee. Quick peek.
Would you
thought
bring
that was Pee Wee.
Would you bring a kid to
Thought
a
that was
haunted
Pee Wee.
house?
What's
No.
considered a kid?
6.
No.
No.
That's
I
too
seen
young.
a lot of like little kids there.
Yeah,
I
you
was
can
like,
definitely. I saw a video of someone, they took their kid to a drive-through haunted thing, and like the little boy was like crying his heart out, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He was terrified. He had to be like 7. He was terrified,
Hey,
and I'm just like, I would never do that.
yesterday I was playing with Penny, and I always play fight with her, just so she can know how to fight. And I just like to, so
Yeah.
she don't be no little punk.
Yeah,
So like, and she like it. Her tail be wagging and whatever, and I'll just take my hand and I'll just like move her, and she'll just start attacking. Boom, boom, and I move her.
me and my
move,
cat
move.
do the same thing.
So we doing that or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I know what to make this fun. I get my Darth Vader mask that I have for thing, bro. She was not with it.
She started barking for real.
She ain't bark. She almost fell off the bed because she was so scared as soon as I put it on. And then I had Dana hold her and I put her on. I was like, it's dad. Like I started to talk so she can hear me. And she was cool. And then she looked at it again and was not with it. So I just took that motherfucker off. I'm like, I ain't never putting this on again, mama. You ain't got to worry.
Yeah, dogs. If you put something on your face, you a different person sometimes to them. They don't really recognize that it's you.
We were just thinking about getting a dog.
A big one or a little one? Or
I'm not a
medium?
super big fan of big dogs.
Same.
That's just, like it'd have to be like a little to like a medium sized dog.
Yeah.
But
I want a dog that can protect my house if I'm not around. I think that's always like the goal.
That's how Elena's dad is. She's like, I know that's his dog, but if he ever need to give away, like I'll take that dog because it's like I think it's like a German Shepherd mix or whatever, but it's like obedient as hell. Like
Yeah. And I think big dogs, like, they are very more, like, obedient than, like, smaller dogs.
Yeah, because
I just can't take all
Penny
that damn fur,
do whatever hell she want to do.
all that shedding.
That's
Well,
big
not all
dog or
big
small
small.
dogs.
That's just depending on the breed.
Yeah,
You
it
got
depends
a
on the breed.
human sized piece of dog boo boo. Like
Yeah,
it's just I
that-
can't. It's too much with the big
that's
dog.
the shit I ain't
I
fucking
feel
with.
that.
Too much with the
That's
big
the shit
dog.
I ain't fucking with.
Picking up shit is picking up shit, whether it's little or big.
No. That when I'm taking Penny to the park, I can tell when
You
it's
got your little grocery bag. You do that.
I
I
can
don't need
tell
no
when it's-
garbage bag picking it up.
I can tell when it's an enormous dog who just shit it right there.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Way
Yeah.
different than Penny's.
Yeah, for sure.
But
The amount of-
I see what Darrick's saying. It's like at the end of the day, it's still shit.
Yeah.
Until they get diarrhea. And then that big dog diarrhea.
You just gotta make sure you feed your dogs the right stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I've always been the type to feed my dog or cat like human.
They eat
grade
better
food.
than you, shit.
I remember when
he
you
said, yeah.
They do.
Remember
They was
he
in the
said he
summer,
was
they got a
feeding his
cooked donut
he was
dinner.
either feeding.
Well, no, I don't cook them.
Yeah, he was feeding him like steak.
You see what you said? No
that
more.
was at the beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your mom was in
because he
there.
was very spoiled at the beginning. So like I
Mhm.
was like, I'm not gonna do this shit.
Remember he was late because he had to pick up that birthday cake
Yeah.
For the
Oh.
dog.
But
for the
It was
dog.
his
hey,
birthday, yeah.
but I don't
It's his birthday, yeah. I was
but
like,
at the
of course,
time
yeah.
that sounded crazy, but when it's Penny's birthday, February 6th, I'm going all out.
Is that her adoption day or her birthday?
That's her birthday.
Mm.
That's her birthday.
For the Happy Dog Barkery,
and
they,
my,
they have customized you a whole cake for.
My
Shout
birthday is
out.
the 5th. So we right 1 month apart. We gonna live it up, man. She gonna have we gonna be a Zaza with it.
Zazo.
I was just We ain't got no Love Is Blind. That's done.
Yeah, it is. We gotta wait till February 14th or something
Yeah.
like that.
8 days after my girl birthday.
Hey.
Hey, you bogus
Wow.
for kicking Kyron. Why,
Yeah, he
why
does
you
it.
be like that with your homies?
I'm telling you, he gonna try to shape it like it was a way. I don't even know if he actually talked to you about it. He was not playing them games. He literally was not playing. The game he asked you to is because I was like, bro, we literally cracking down. We finna start kicking people. He's like, all right, I was finna hop on Call of Duty, but I guess I'll play a game. He was literally on Call of Duty all and that's fine.
The only thing I'm saying is, even with the lack of games, there were some teams who, even if they had more games, it was like a 1 or 2 difference. And he the homie. We know how he play. We know how he gonna be.
He is.
Because you kick him, and then we bring in people who make this shit not fun. The shit it's a game. I just trade a check because I'm just like you said. You went out, you drafted guys to have a fun thing, bro. I shouldn't have to sit up every time I'm playing a game. Hey, Darrick, I played against a dude yesterday.
Yeah.
There's something called rhythm shooting on the game. You shoot with the stick.
Yeah, I keep hearing y'all talk. Oh, that's what y'all was talking about.
I've never done it before. Mike was adamant, like, man, you should really try it. So I'm like, you know what? I just need one more game for my upgrade. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I won't care about the outcome of the game. I'll probably lose this game because it's something new. I'm doing it. Sure enough, I'm doing worse than I thought. Because in practice, I was doing good. I didn't expect to win, but
You played Louis, right? The Warriors?
Yes.
I played him last night. He bust my ass.
I'm getting my ass blown out. No, it's all good, though, because I know what I'm signing up for by trying this stick shooting. He got the game. There. He's up 25 points, and he's leaking.
Oh.
He's been doing it the whole game, but I'm thinking like
after
he realized he got the game, because anybody who got common sense can see that I'm rhythm shooting. Like the shots are way off. I'm double redding on some of these shots. The more the league gets, the more he's playing like a bitch. I keep it the same. Playing like a hoe is playing like a hoe, whether I'm winning or losing. So people can't come at me with the narrative. You only complain because you're no. There's been times where I've blown people out, and you'll see me in the Discord saying, hey, even though I won, you was still playing weird, bro. You play weird. I know I won, but that shit still was weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, it got to the point he was up 30, Darrick. We're going into the fourth. He's up 30. He's still doing it. He started calling plays while he was up 30. I'm like, this guy. So I say, okay, mental note. If you see me in the playoffs, I'm on your ass like a you better hope. You better hope that I'm on some other shit, because I am on your ass like a motherfucking diaper.
He had Luke Cornett killing me yesterday.
For real? Oh, I don't even remember Luke Cornett.
You know the
being on team.
matchups be messed up or whatever, but
Who's
they
his
just
best player?
LeBron. He has LeBron.
Yeah,
and PG.
he got LeBron.
He has LeBron.
He's at LeBron. He does the 5 out.
His smallest dude is DeAnthony Melton at 6'3". Everybody else
And
is
he just
6'6"
reached with him.
up.
Yeah, and then he brings RJ Barrett and does the same move to get to the rim and score. I wasn't tripping because, like I said, I was prepared to lose mentally, whoever I played. But after a while, I'm like, bro, you won the game. Like holy shit. And those be the people that might be bringing into the league.
LeBron was looking like he was 26 years old in my game.
Because he 5'd out with Miles Turner. So it's just like, they're going to let LeBron go around anybody because it's fucking LeBron, and it's the same shit, and it just get exhausting. It just be like, man, you play against 5 different people, and it's like you played the same person. It's a 5 out. People start losing, they leak.
The leaking shit will always be the weakest shit to me is when you leak.
But these be the people you be thirsty to bring in the league to take out of a Kyron, who he might not play all 50 games, but at least you know he's not going to leak and play like a hoe.
A lot of these people, I don't be knowing they play style until they actually get in the league.
Man, Louis, this ain't Louis' first time being in one of your leagues.
I think it is, yeah.
It is? I feel like I know that name.
Maybe
I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't think he's ever been in my league.
Oh.
My league, I know I got a shot of 20 who I know. We know some information about him. I don't really do the random shit. You can get a chance if somebody drop out, but I like to have majority of my league, a good 20-plus people, KB, you, Mike, Kyron, Kevin Kool-Aid, Kamari, Prado. We going to get some people who we know. I ain't letting all this weird shit come, because then you have guys signing.
My biggest pet peeve is for people that want to be in the league just to be in it. Just say, like, I'm in the league or whatever,
Yeah.
but they don't be playing.
Playing games, yeah.
And that's like always a big problem. And the thing is just like, bro, we could have somebody who actually wants to play.
I forgot who I was talking to, but that's also the problem in the league, where I'm like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to last in the league, because we get to a point in every one of your leagues, because your shit ain't policed as much as mine. I get you just kind of have an attitude towards your shit, which is your league. You can do whatever you want. You really don't be caring about shit until it affects you, which I can understand because you don't have to police everything. But in order to run a decent league, you have to police it.
Yeah.
So what happens is you put in a rule, which you ain't having at first. So I'm proud of you having it.
What
You
about
gotta
the
play
trade
10.
thing?
You gotta play 10 games to do trades.
Yeah.
Once the 10 games is played, you go into the Discord right now. I guarantee you're going to see more trade messages than, hey, send me an invite. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You got guys making trades to make trades.
Yeah.
He asked Anthony Prado, you just got Julius Randle. How the fuck is he on the block?
He said apparently he got more trade value, so I'm gonna try to do something else. I'm like, bro, that
That's
shit
where
is
the league
lame.
goes. That's where the league goes. It goes from first 10 games is busting. You got action. You can play anybody. It's popping. There's times where I'm saying, hey, Clippers in the game, and I don't have a game. I'm
Hey,
just sitting in my
I
PC.
had they talking about it's a teriyaki rule or whatever. That's what they trying to call it. Like teriyaki have played his games or whatever. I swear he made like 4 or 5 different trades. He was 0-12. How are you still making trades?
Right. And I saw you saying it, and I felt like that was a great point.
0-12?
Oh, well, he's
0-12.
probably worse now. But
That's
like,
to not get any wins is crazy.
You know why? Because the minute you tell Teriyaki something, it becomes a thing. You can't give him criticism. It's a reason and excuse behind everything. Like he needs to not
I
be.
said they talking.
And he's kicking Kyron. He don't need to be in the league with all love. I got nothing but love for him. It ain't personal, but it's like
KB, they going back and forth with Teriyaki because he doesn't take criticism well, and like he'll always give people the response. And I'm telling people I'm telling him like they're probably just trying to get the response out of you because you're not even talking to them. Like you're talking to somebody else.
yeah.
And here go so and so talking
Carson.
about some you weak as hell. I'm like, bro, they're trying to get a reaction. to
Me
you.
and
He's
Mike
like,
are talking to Teriyaki, right? He's the one that traded Victor Wembanyama, which to a lot of us in the league is one of the worst trades of all time because number one is Vic. He just gets better. He's already a cheat code. If you can't use Vic, you probably shouldn't be playing 2K.
fair
Cool.
enough.
So we're just telling him that. And instead of being like, oh, then I did tweak, his thing is, man, y'all playing this shit like it's a job. Like y'all life depend on it. Huh? You know what I do for a living? This ain't no job to me. But even though it ain't a job, we're still going to let you know about it because it affects the rest of the league. I gave him an example. We still get on Devin ass about the trade he did like from 2Ks ago. It's a Discord. It's what we do. We talk shit to each other. People have bust my ass and talk shit to me. I call everybody weak. Even when they beat me, they're weak. Kamari is always going to be weak, even if he beat me by 20. You know what I mean? I've lost by 20. I lost by 30. It happens. We just talking shit to each other. But he just takes it the wrong way. Carson is a bug. He wants to bug
he's a
on
troll
you.
underneath the bridge.
And you let him
real
get a
troll.
reaction out of you every time. So guess what? Every time it says that you put a comment in here, he replying to you because you give it this energy of like it's bothering you. When Carson say something to me and Mike, we just tell his ass, say something again, you're getting kicked.
You know what?
Or stop talking to me because you're weak as hell, and we leave it at that. But Carson will go back and forth with you knowing that he had 0 points.
Yeah, it's like that Tyler Creator thing. He's like internet
Log
bullying.
off.
Yeah, just turn the phone off. Internet bullying shouldn't be a thing because you just get off the damn phone.
And Teriyaki crazy because Carson ain't even on shit. Teriyaki could probably bust his ass.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's just like 2K in the league. It's just it's damn near luck, man. Unless you're really a skillful guy. Some of the guys that's in the league doing anything, they got a top pick and they got a Shea or they got a Braun or they got a Tatum and you can just kill. You know what I'm saying? I won't use that as an excuse. But if you're a lower level player, well, he had the number 1 pick.
I mean, we had players that had Giannis before, like leagues before, and it's like that's an automatic playoff team with Giannis.
Yeah.
You know, he's not gonna probably lose.
The dude who had Giannis in my league that we had, he won a championship. He came into another league, didn't get Giannis, don't even know if he made the playoff.
I remember when Kamari had a team where he had Shea, Jokic, and then Bradley Beal
He
coming
got
off the bench.
Jokic because of Devin.
Yeah.
That's the trade that we got on Devin ass for.
He
still to this
traded
day.
Jokic for like
Mikal Bridges and
Yeah.
Jalen Green or some shit like that.
Yeah. Then I remember I was like playing, I was like bat Shea out. Bradley Beal come off the bench. I'm like, what? I'm like, that's crazy, bro.
And that's when Bradley Beal was even more
Yes.
souped up because
Yeah.
that was like 30 points per game. Yeah. But yeah, man. At some point, I'm going to start my own league. Not nowhere near now because I'm finna start a whole nother series. But that bitch finna be bulletproof. Hey, man.
Damn nigga, got me thinking about doing position locks.
You damn near, again, I know you don't want to do it.
I don't.
But
I don't.
you
Or like,
damn near have to.
Yeah.
This be free leagues. And then I hate it in there because it's like you have people like me, Jordy, I forget who else is an admin. We're just doing it to keep the league going. We're not getting paid for this. This is a free league. You'll have guys in there just trying to get everything. Like we had a dude in there, I think it was Mex. Hey, bro, you can change his position. Why you want his position to change? Because you asking for the same positions. The dude is small forward, power forward. He want to do power forward, small
So we go
forward.
to a 79 overall.
Yeah, he gets a
77.
+4. I'm like, yeah, but that ain't really gonna make a difference, and it's the same position. We ain't doing that, Jordy. You ain't got to do it. Dude, like, why? Mike said I could do it. I said, cause it ain't. We'll just have Mike do it then. Oh, damn! I said, so I'm like, so why you want to do it? Cause the overall go up.
And that's just a visual thing. Like the stats don't go up.
Yeah,
it's just because he's at a different
Literally
position.
at a different position. Literally at a different position, and it's like I'm trying to get the dude to understand.
I
that.
didn't even know that.
I mean, you just
KOT4Q videos.
You be doing that?
Yeah.
I do it because I want my depth chart, but
so the overall go up.
Yeah.
I don't do it for the overall. But I do hate when overall go down. Just players where I'm like, let me put you at this position. They go down. I'd be like, I don't want to do that to him. You know what I'm saying? But it don't really fucking
You know,
matter.
I picked up in free agency. I'm gonna start like molding him.
Who?
Kevin McCullough Jr.
I like Kevin McCullough Jr. You know what team he played for in real life?
He played for
The Knicks.
Oh yeah. I just seen it because I had to double check. I was like, let me make sure he's on the actual team before I just pick him up. Because I
so
knew
you didn't know that was a real person?
No, I knew who he was, but I wasn't sure if like he was just a younger player or like he didn't get into the draft yet. But I was like, his name sounds too familiar not to be like a person I could pick up.
Yeah. It's position lock is a good idea though. I haven't thought about that. I'll be more so thinking about the player movement. I just feel like the trade and be making the league hold up. Because it seemed like you want these games to progress so we can get somewhere, but the trading and the player movement is why it get held up because guys be so thirsty to do that instead of playing. It be guys who be like working on trades when they 4 games away. Yeah, I'm going to give you him and him, but I got to finish these games first so we can do it.
Everybody want to be GMs.
Everybody want to be GMs. Everybody want to be
Some
GMs.
people, I don't be knowing what they trade either. Like,
I think a lot of people trade just to trade.
It's also the thing where it's just like, I like this player in 2K, so I'm willing to play with him, even though he like a 70-something overall. But it's like, how are you trying to like, you trying to get Chris Middleton? You giving up all these young players? Like, Chris Middleton finna be bad.
And he finna go into, is he going to go into free agency? No, he signed an extension. But yeah, he's going to
But
be
it's
bad.
just like
and he's
people
gonna
just be
regress.
making crazy like deals for the old players because they just have a higher overall. But it's like,
You
I
got to
don't know.
really babysit the league, bro. You got to
Yeah.
really help guys. And the only reason that you have to do it is because what's going to happen is somebody going to trade away their team. They're going to start losing, realize they fucked up. They're not going to want to play anymore. And you got to give that team to a new person. And now a new person has to inherit this dumbass shit that you decided to do.
It's like real life.
Y'all voting after this or every
Yeah.
I voted early.
I voted like a week ago.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You ain't playing about your boy. Let me stop. Yeah.
You're funny.
Let me stop.
Oh man.
That's all. We wrapping up?
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
appreciate
that's all I
y'all
got for Unplugged.
listening or watching this episode of Numbers on the Board. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and we will see y'all on Saturday.
Go vote.